Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nitin sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I welcome you on behalf of our college, Anjuman Islam's College, our principal sir, and all of us. I think we should start or we should wait for 2 minutes. They are adequately they have joined.
Okay,
We
okay.
can start because we have two sessions today. So,
Right.
okay, all dear participants, let me welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Nitin Devedi, all are from Prayagraj. Sir, I welcome you. I would like to introduce you to our student. Today's topic, sir, is going to speak on plagiarism, research ethics, integrity, and the conduct. Because when we carry research and we are listening every day about AI, use of AI, so there's a question, what will be the ethics behind our work? So, sir will throw light on the plagiarism issues and research ethics. Sir is a professor. Sir is professor right now in Shambhunath Institute of Engineering and Technology, working as an assistant professor. Sir has worked before in Burnt Sangha Annalila College of Commerce and Economics, then Konark Ideal College of Science and Commerce, and Saket College of Arts and Science. Sir is the head of the department of his head of Department of Commerce. Sir has done doctorate from Mumbai University in 2022. Sir is late qualified and his major qualification is in business management. About Sir's research paper, Sir has received grant from ICSSR for organizing the national level workshop on research ethics, citation analysis, and model building in 2022. Apart from that, Sir has till date published more than 11 research papers in UGC Care and different other journals and conference proceedings. Sir has written 5 books. Now he's the author of 5 books. A few are human resource management, product and brand management, management of business relation, retail management, and supply chain management. These all are published by Amazon and Ideal University of Mumbai. Apart from that, sir, as academician, he has been a paper setter, and he's even the project okay, exam. Nitin sir, I welcome you today on this virtual platform, and I'm very sure that they will take away the research ethics today after this session. That is the most important part because entire academic come to the stake if we are unethical in our research process. What we understand, the entire academic comes to the stake. Even the personal life gets affected. So participants need to fair and expected. Thank you very much. So, sir, over to you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir. Thank you. I think you forgot to mention my one of the greatest achievement till now. Uh, to the forum, I announced that I am what I am today. It is because of Dr. Rajesh, sir. We have an
That
association
is not
in
needed.
2012, and till now he groomed me. All the ethics which I will be telling you today, I have learned from none other than Dr. Rajesh, sir only. So again, this is an emotional moment for me to share a platform with sir. And definitely, sir, I'll try to justify with the audience. I'll try to give my 100%. So,
I'm
dear
sure
audience,
about it. Thank you. All the best.
whatever good things you are gonna have today, what you will see, it is given by my teachers. Whatever bad you spot in me, that's my only. So, thank you so much, sir. It's a pleasure to actually talk
Thank,
about the research ethics in front of you.
thank you. All the best. Yeah, thank you.
Uh, I can share my PPT, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah. I think, are you able to share?
Uh,
Please see.
yes, sir, I can. I can. The screen is visible
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
participant, no?
Zoom is seen, not PPT one, I think.
Okay, okay. I'll just.
Yeah.
I think PPT is visible, sir.
Yeah, yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, respected colleagues, dear learners, and whole fraternity of researchers. I'm Dr. Nitin Dwivedi, a student of Dr. Rajesh Boite, here going to talk about research ethics, integrity, and responsible conduct while we are pursuing our, let's say, PhD, writing a research paper, or writing some scholarly articles, publishing any books and anything. Ethics, when it comes in our mind, always it reminds me of one person. There is a famous poem by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said, righteousness. I'll begin my lecture with that particular poem only. Righteousness. If there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there will be beauty in the character, there will be harmony at the home. If there is harmony at the home, there will be order in the nation. And if there is order in the nations, there will be peace in the world. So we haven't have to do anything much, but play our role ethically with integrity, and our conduct should be very much responsible because every step, let's say each unit is getting counted here. Each and every single research, every single paper, every single article which we are going to put in public domain, or we are going to talk to the student, we are going to share to them or guide them, mentor them, every single line which we are writing is counted and can have an impact in, let's say, upgrading or degrading the consortium of whole knowledge. So without delaying, allow me to begin with this particular presentation. Yeah. Ethics in research means what? Somehow this will be a bit theoretical also, insightful also. The whole journey of today's 1.5 hour, I'll try to connect and you can say provide everything which I have learned from people and my teachers. So ethics in research means it involves the application of fundamental ethical principle since the beginning, means planning while conducting the research and publishing of the research. Planning phase पे your whole methodology is coming. मतलब when you decide your topic, from then only you have to be ethical. From at that moment only you have to be original with identification of your research problem. Let's say nowadays what people do, what students do, like the postgrad students who are given with certain topic to make minor research projects, they go to Google, they search for the topic, they search for the similar information, they copy everything and they paste it and present it to the teachers. We also don't have that much time, neither too much of involvement. So somehow the system is being set up that everything just goes on. But UGC have strict guidelines for faculties. Hence, when you are coming for PhD, when you are coming for postdoctoral research, when you are coming for minor or major research, there they tighten the belt. And there they actually strictly monitor the content, how that content is. है ना. Let's say every PhDs are, the guideline are being issued by the government. Every PhDs which have an implication for the society, that only PhD should be, you can say, allowed. And after allowance of that such kind of PhD, those all PhDs should be scanned up and soft copy should be uploaded to a reservoir called Shodh Ganga and all. So every information which you are writing, it should be available online, accessible to everyone, readable for everyone. So while deciding the topic at the planning stage, when you decide the topic, when you plan your methodology, when you plan your sampling design and everything, from there only you have to be ethical. And acha, there is a difference between ethics and moral values. And morality changes from time to time, people to people, but ethics remain same. You have to, you have not to be doing bias as a researcher. है ना? Let's say, for example, if I believe that there is a fire somewhere and it is because someone might have done it, मतलब किसी ने वो आग लगाया रहेगा, है ना? Instead, I couldn't believe क्या कि किसी अपने आप लगा रहेगा वो आग, शॉर्ट सर्किट हुआ रहेगा या कुछ भी ऐसा हुआ रहेगा. Means if I am thinking in one point of time at a one direction, it's different. So that's what ethics is. Now moving to the second slide called guiding principles. मैंने कहा research ethics comes to existence since the planning process itself. So here there are guiding principles which will be motivating you or any researcher to move in a set pattern, to move in a differential attitude, and of doing justice to their research work. First thing is autonomy and respect. Every faculty, every researcher who is writing even a case study, a small working paper for, let's say, a state level conference or national level conference, two things are coming out from that paper. One, the of course the API score is going up. Second thing, it feels as good to say that I have published this many of research paper. And so respect come. And when you decide your own topic, when you decide your own methodology, no matter you are committing mistake, every one of us is doing, and nobody is perfect from the mother's womb. Everyone have to learn, have to evolve, have to get developed, and have to perform. From day one, if you are thinking that you have to write a research paper which should be published in high rated journals, ऐसा किसी के साथ भी नहीं होता है. Yesterday I was getting connected with the Kunal sir's presentation. He said the tip of iceberg he was showing you. I think you get connected with that. So basically it is not that much only that आपने फर्स्ट पेपर लिखा एंड इट इज गेटिंग पब्लिश्ड इन रेप्यूटेड जर्नल, आपको 50 करोड़ का ग्रांट मिल गया, ऑल फैंसी थिंग्स. ये एक दिन में नहीं होता. देयर विल बी फैंसी थिंग्स with you also, but it require determination, continuous effort for upgradation. Here I'll narrate you one story. ऐसा सेइंग है, कहावत है, दैट डायनासोर एंड डॉल्फिन, ये दोनों धरती पे एक साथ आए. इट्स जस्ट सेइंग, साइंटिफिक बिलीफ नहीं. तो डायनासोर एंड डॉल्फिन दोनों एक साथ आए धरती पे. डायनासोर, एज एवरीवन इज नोइंग, दे आर बिग, जायंट, पावरफुल. डॉल्फिन्स आर बेसिकली टाइनी स्पीसीज, है ना, जो पावरलेस बेचारे लोग होते हैं, लाइक दैट. तभी ना इन्वायरमेंटल चेंजेस होना शुरू हो गए. टेम्परेचर बढ़ने लगा, बाकी के स्पीसीज अर्थ पे पैदा होने लगे, सराउंडिंग चेंज होने लगा, क्लाइमेट चेंज होने लगा. डॉल्फिन, लाइक एवरी बेचारा पर्सन विल डू, दे स्ट्रगल्ड, दे अपग्रेडेड, एंड दे इवॉल्व्ड ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. Dinosaur, they thought, why should I change? I'm powerful, I'm big enough to lead everything. The changes should be like I want. I should not be changing like the environment. Guys, sorry to say it, we have dolphins today. We don't have any dinosaur. So the one who is restrictive, who is having restrictive approach towards upgradation, towards learning, and a continuous learning and evolution, they will be phased out. They will be not surviving. They will not be in the race anymore. That's why this one, autonomy and respect is needed here. Reason, you have to continuously believe on yourself, है ना? यू स्टडी अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग इन योर ग्रेजुएशन, उनमें से कुछ चीजें सेलेक्ट करके आप स्पेशलाइजेशन लेके मास्टर्स में आते हैं, उनमें से कोई एक टॉपिक उठाते हैं, आप एक लाइन उठाते हैं, देयर यू डू योर रिसर्च फॉर पीएचडी। उस पीएचडी से जो आउटकम आता है वो स्कोप होता है बहुत सारे अलग अलग लोगों का रिसर्च के लिए। सी हाउ द नॉलेज इज गेटिंग डेवलप, हाउ पीपल आर सपोर्टिंग अदर रिसर्चर्स, वन रिसर्चर इज सपोर्टिंग टू अदर रिसर्चर। आपका पब्लिश्ड रिसोर्स एक डोमेन में जाता है, पीपल आर साइटिंग दैट सोर्स, मे बी यू हैव प्लेगराइज्ड दैट पर्टिकुलर कंटेंट, तो आपको आपको आपके पेपर को जिसने साइट किया होगा उसका भी प्लेजरिज्म शो हो जाएगा। So that's autonomy and respect. First thing. Second thing is beneficence. As the name is suggesting, capacity of doing something, creating something, knowing something, or evolving with something, that's called beneficence over a period of time. You remember, you have written your first research paper that might have quite basic structure, दो एक लोगों ने आपको गाइड किया होगा, your mentors have guided you, आपने जितनी FDPs and seminars webinars अटेंड किए होंगे, they all might have helped you about that, है ना? Then over a period of time, when you are continuously evolving with your knowledge, अपग्रेडेशन हो रहा है, आपके पेपर में वो क्वालिटी शो हो रही है, दैट्स कॉल्ड बेनिफिशंस। थर्ड थिंग इज नॉन मैलिफिसेंस, means not harming in nature. Your research should not be corrupting, है ना? One habit of corruption leads to a series of corrupting elements, a series of, let's say, मैं एक टीचर हूं, मैं मुझसे किसी बच्चे ने पूछा, सर मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, गूगल से कॉपी करके आपको प्रोजेक्ट दूंगा, चलेगा क्या? इफ आई अलाउड हिम, है ना, मैंने उसको उसका इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं समझाया, मे बी बहुत बड़ा रिसर्च नहीं करेगा, थोड़े लेवल पे करेगा, एक छोटा सा कॉमन सा टॉपिक लेके करेगा, बट इफ ही इज डूइंग बाय हिमसेल्फ, आई एम मेंटरिंग देम, आई एम सपोर्टिंग हिम एज अ टीचर, एज अ मेंटर, उसको क्या होगा, थोड़ा सा लर्निंग एट्रीब्यूट मिलेगा। सेकेंड थिंग, आई हैव रेस्ट्रिक्टेड व्हाट, माल प्रैक्टिसेस। तो यहां पे मेलिफिसेंस यानी पावर ऑफ हार्मिंग somebody should be not performed, non maleficence should be there. Then we have to do justice with ourselves, with our work. See, it's our baby, whatever research we conduct, no, whatever paper we write, thesis, dissertations we make, that is our invention, that is our baby. And we don't want, हर कोई अपने बच्चे को ओवर प्रोटेक्टिव नेचर से प्रोटेक्ट करता है ना, दैट इट शुड बी नर्चर्ड विद द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे। दैट्स जस्टिस इज नीडेड, दैट सेम जस्टिस इज नीडेड हियर, जो आपको आपके बच्चे के साथ चाहिए था, सेम यू वांटेड विथ योर पेपर। देन साइंटिफिक वैलिडिटी, पेपर, research article, books must be validated. If it can be validated, then only it can be trusted. The knowledge or the segment of information which cannot be validated, it will be untrusted and will not be of further use. Honesty, that's a character, है ना? Nowadays it is a very rare character you'll find in the people, है ना? आगे हम लोग सीखेंगे how we are using AI, how we are using different websites to get our research paper done in, let's say, 1 hour 2 hour, है ना? तो honesty उसके अगेंस्ट है, मीन्स it's a very rare characteristics you will find in today, people doing real work and focusing on the real scenarios. चलो, अभी तक हम लोग थोड़ा सा थियोरेटिकल बैकग्राउंड में हैं, will then move to further. Now, why ethics is needed? Ethics is needed to protect the participant, society, resources, and researchers' interest. है ना? If let's say मैंने कहा एक one particular wrongdoing can create a series of activity like it is happening in the nuclear bomb. Second is to ensure accuracy, scientific knowledge. देखो, we have studied that management is an art, science, profession. We all know the arguments behind it. It is artistic in nature, it requires skill. It is scientific because it can be validated. And this validation word is due to accuracy. If your paper or research article can be validated, whatever you have said as a conclusion, or whatever you have suggested to a particular industry, people, set of program, or any event, that is of important in nature. Third point is saying to protect the intellectual property right. Yes, IPR ka protection hai. Reason, it's your product. You have given your hard work. You have dedicated your time, energy, money, intelligence, and you have exploited your brain to just create one paper. If someone is without giving you a credit copying your material, you'll not stay quiet, है ना? And it is unethical of any means. Last thing is to ensure scientific validity of the research word that we have already discussed about. Then, what all unethical practices? Acha, am I clearly audible? Can any of the participant tell me?
Yes, sir, you are very much audible, very clearly audible.
Okay, okay. Is it getting meaningful? No. Bore होने लगना तो बताना. I have many stories in between. I'll be throwing up. चलो. So
Your tone is
unethical
good, so there is no
practices.
question of getting bored.
Thank you. Unethical practices. ये लिस्ट है और ये लिस्ट ना इतना ही नहीं है. There are multiple things you'll find. Just Google ways and means of doing plagiarism. You'll find n number of slides getting open in front of you. सिंपल गूगल सर्च, हाँ, किसी डोमेन में किसी स्पेसिफिक रिसर्च गेट पे या सुशोध गंगा पे जाके आपको नहीं करना है. ओपन गूगल, गूगल करोगे एन नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स यू विल फाइंड. फर्स्ट थिंग, कॉपिंग द रिसर्च मेथड. शुरुआत में हमने शुरू किया कि प्लानिंग के टाइम पे, कंडक्शन के टाइम पे, एंड फाइनली पब्लिशिंग के टाइम पे. देयर आर थ्री फेजेस. बिफोर दैट, ड्यूरिंग दैट, बिफोर राइटिंग द रिसर्च पेपर, ड्यूरिंग द पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस ऑफ राइटिंग ऑफ रिसर्च पेपर, एंड फाइनली आफ्टरवर्ड, है ना, जो बाद का प्रोसेस होता है फॉर रिकमेंडेशन, फॉर यू कैन से सजेशन, फॉर पब्लिशिंग इट. तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज सेइंग रिसर्च मेथड का कॉपी करना. अच्छा, हमें कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर पे एक रिसर्च करना है. हम शोध गंगा पे गए, 10 टॉपिक देखा, 10 में से 2 हमारे काम का दिखा, 2 में से दोनों का रिसर्च पेपर देखा. ओ, दिस इज गुड फॉर अस, है ना. किसी ने रिग्रेशन यूज किया, किसी ने एनोवा यूज किया, किसी ने फैक्टर एनालिसिस यूज किया. अरे दैट साउंड्स गुड टू अस, हमने कॉपी किया एंड वी डू दैट. Many of us might have done it. Many of us would have done already in the past, but we have to refrain ourselves from doing it. Reason, this is as written unethical practice. Second thing, either falsifying or modifying or omitting the data. ठीक है. Data, every single researcher is knowing collection of data is the most giant or gigantic task of the research process. You'll do everything, डेटा कलेक्शन में जान पे आएगी. तो हम क्या करते हैं, देर आर डेटा सेट्स अवेलेबल ऑन द गूगल, है ना. बहुत सारे कैगल है, गवर्नमेंट डॉट, बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट के यू कैन से डेटा सेट्स अवेलेबल होते हैं फ्रीली. यूल फाइंड सब जिस नेचर का डेटा चाहिए होता है. इट्स अ वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड. वी आर लिविंग इन अ टेक्नोलॉजिकल एरा ऑफ 2021 2025, एंड डेफिनेटली इट्स क्वाइट इजी टू गेट द डेटा. तो हम क्या करते हैं, उसी में एडिशन डिलीशन, इधर फाल्सिफाइंग, ऊपर का नाम चेंज किया, बीच का नाम चेंज किया, है ना, और मॉडिफाइंग, है ना. वी हैव मॉडिफाइड द डेटा. और omitting, 4 स्लाइड हमारे काम की है, 2 स्लाइड हमारे काम के नहीं, विल डिलीट दैट, 2 कॉलम्स और 4 कॉलम में हमारा रिसर्च हो जाएगा। दैट्स रियली अनएथिकल। फिर यूजिंग एक्चुअल डेटा फ्रॉम समवन एल्स रिसर्च। आपने देखा, यू आर डूइंग अ रिसर्च ऑन, लेट्स से, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स थियरीज, एन नंबर ऑफ रिसर्च वर्क इज ऑलरेडी बीन डन। आपने देखा 2-4 आपके सिमिलर का है, 10-12 थेसिस आपने डाउनलोड किया। नॉर्मली पीपल हैव डन पीएचडीज लाइक दैट, दे माइट हैव डाउनलोडेड 4-5 पीएचडी सिमिलर, पीएचडी का थेसिस सिमिलर टॉपिक्स पे, एंड वहां से कॉपी पेस्ट करके दे हैव मेड देयर डिसर्टेशन, डिजाइन देयर थेसिस एंड सबमिटेड इट टू द यूनिवर्सिटी using actual data from someone's research. Fifth, fourth point is saying multiple publication of research work. अच्छा, बहुत टाइम पहले this was not known also. Let's say I have written a really good paper of mine. मुझे अच्छा लगा, but I have submitted it to many, you can say, publication houses. कुछ पब्लिकेशन हाउसेस ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, एक दो ने कहा हम देखेंगे, एक ने कहा विल डू पब्लिकेशन, उसने किया। फिर उससे अच्छे पब्लिशर ने has approached me and said, Nitin, if you are ready, I can still go for publication with your research paper. I said, okay, है ना। अब देखो, एक जगह ऑलरेडी पब्लिश्ड है, मैंने दूसरा पब्लिकेशन कर दिया, या फिर मैंने एक स्टेट लेवल पे कोई बुक पब्लिश्ड है, उसको मैंने उठा के स्प्रिंजर में या फिर किसी और बड़े ऑथर इसके पास, पब्लिशर के पास आई हैव सबमिटेड इट। दिस इज मल्टीपल पब्लिकेशन ऑफ द सेम रिसर्च वर्क। This is also unethical. Then publishing incomplete research. देखो, while you submit your research work, no, it is getting scrutinized. तो बहुत सारा chances है that आपका unpublished या incomplete research work will not get published. But every market do have competition. बहुत अच्छे जर्नल में नहीं, मे बी लोकल जर्नल में यू कैन पब्लिश, मे बी दैट लोकल जर्नल इज ऑनलाइन एंड समवन हैज यूज्ड इट एज अ रेफरेंस, है ना। इंडिया, टेक एन एग्जांपल, इंडिया हैज स्टार्टेड डेवलपिंग ए वैक्सीन फॉर कैंसर। हमने आधा तक पहुंचा, कैंसर कैन बी क्योर्ड बट पीपल विल डाई विद हार्ट अटैक, गेटिंग इट or not? Cancer can be cured but people will die with the heart attack. Someone has copied, हमने वहां पे रिसर्च बंद किया था and we have published it. किसी ने कॉपी किया, इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर्मूला बनाया एंड मार्केटाइज करना शुरू किया। Will it be harmful? Simply yes, it will be, because that is an incomplete research. We haven't done the complete process of it. देन कॉपीइंग मटेरियल और डेटा। देखो, कॉपी बहुत सारे तरीके का होता है, डिजाइन कॉपी करना, सैम्पलिंग स्ट्रक्चर कॉपी करना, या फिर टॉपिक ही कॉपी करना, बिग वन, है ना। वेरिएबल्स कॉपी करना एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ थेसिस कॉपी करना, दीज ऑल आर एक्चुअली copying material and data में आता है। Then self plagiarism, which I have illustrated in the multiple publication also. देखो, I have, for example, I have purchased a book on HRM, मैंने publish किया। Now I am writing chapter for any particular book in similar context। तो पब्लिकेशन ने मुझे कांटेक्ट किया, I said, okay, I'll do. I got busy somewhere. Publication is calling me, intimidating me, सर भेजो भेजो जल्दी है। तो मैंने क्या किया, उठा के वही टॉपिक भेज दिया। ठीक है, वही तो मेरा ही तो है, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू फाइल अ कॉपी केस ऑन माई सेल्फ ओनली, है ना। कॉपी केस वायलेशन का, यू कैन से प्लेजरिज्म का केस आई विल नॉट फाइल ऑन माई सेल्फ, बट यू विल नॉट फाइल, यू हैव डन द प्रैक्टिस अनएथिकल, है ना। सो सेल्फ प्लेजरिज्म में आता है वो कंटेक्ट। फिर इम्प्रॉपर और नो साइटेशन। अच्छा, taking information from someone's paper, someone's research work is needed. That's what we do in the literature survey. That is needed because that is going to give a support, a background, a connection with the existing source of knowledge and your current research. But that should be cited properly. There are many ways of citing APA, MLA, Chicago, and number of things are there. एक आपका पर्टिकुलर कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है, किस फैकल्टी से ये आप बिलोंग करते हैं, लेट्स से सोशल साइंसेस में वी आर यूजिंग एपीए स्टाइल. तो एपीए स्टाइल हाउ इट शुड बी डन, यू शुड नो इट. मतलब मैनुअली करना आना चाहिए. ऑथर का नेम पहले आएगा, सरनेम पहले आएगा, कॉमा कब लगना है, डॉट कब लगना है. बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर गोइंग फॉर डीओआई ना, या फिर लिंक ऑफ दैट पेपर, इफ यू हैव मेंशन्ड एन इम्प्रॉपर साइटेशन, इट विल नॉट रीच टू द फाइनल पेपर जहां से आपने कंटेंट उठाया है. तो बेसिकली दैट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिस, क्योंकि आपने प्रोसेस को बिना जाने यू हैव डन योर जॉब. इज दैट क्लियर टिल नाउ?
Yes, sir.
ओके ओके. ना, अभी तक तो हम लोग सिस्टम की बात कर रहे थे, मोरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. नाउ देयर आर सम मैंडेट्स फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो, फ्रॉम द authorities also. Basically, in India, UGC is the degree distributing authority to every university. तो उनके गाइडलाइंस हैं. उन्होंने तीन चार अलग अलग लेवल में डिवाइड किया है. फर्स्ट वन इज लेवल 0, मतलब अप टू 10% ऑफ प्लेजरिज्म. Similarity. Plagiarism is what? Similarity from the existing source of information to your paper. Up to 10% क्यों allow है? Reason, you are going to use the terminology, you are going to use headings, you are going to use definitions, है ना, inverted commas में and all, annotations, those all will be counted up to 10%. That's allowed. Then there comes level 1, 10% to 40%. Matlab your paper does have similarity index from 10% to up to 40%. Here comes your level 2, 40% to 60%. And there comes the final level, above 60%. है ना, डायरेक्टली कॉपी किया, पब्लिश किया, पैराफ्रेज भी नहीं किया. अच्छा, ये तो क्राइटेरिया हो गए. रिमेंबर, दो अलग अलग जमात हैं या दो अलग अलग फ्रेटर्निटी हैं जो इनसे एक्चुअली राब्ता रखते हैं. जस्ट अ सेकेंड गाइस. फर्स्ट वन इज द स्टूडेंट, है ना, द रिसर्च स्टूडेंट, स्पेशली पीजी एंड पीएचडी स्टूडेंट्स, those who are submitting their dissertations, their theses to the universities. तो पेनाल्टीज क्या रहेगा अगर लेवल 0 पे है? तो इट इज माइनर सिमिलैरिटी, वी उतना आएगा ही. दैट इज एक्सेप्टेड लेवल ऑफ मिस्टेक डन अप टू 10%. लेवल 1, as is been said, you have to resubmit your thesis or dissertation in 6 months. अगर आपका 10% से ज्यादा और 40% से कम का रेंज में प्लेजरिज्म आया तो. Then there comes level 2. You'll be barred to submit your dissertation or thesis for up to 1 year. Means still, it's a punishment, no? It's actually a very bad thing, embarrassing thing है कि आपने क्या किया, चोरी किया हुआ है. Getting it or not? Intellectual property का you have, you actually, yes? Someone raised the hand. क्या
Good
नाम?
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, a few months back, I saw a similar case in the department while a student was submitting a plagiarism similarity index report with her proposal. So, sir, in her case, I could overhear it that her plagiarism was exactly 10%. The similarity index was exactly 10%. So, sir, there was a debate in between administration and her that it doesn't fall in between level one, and she was saying it does fall in between level one.
Right,
So,
right.
sir, can you please throw some light on it?
See, this is a dilemma actually. That particular report is on the boundary. Now, sometime na, in cricket also, umpire's call is there. That was that call. See, if a person cannot lower down the level of plagiarism, even 1% from that 10% का scenario, that's actually sad. उसको एकदम boundary पे, it should not never be on boundary. Let's say I'll tell you my own scenario. My PhD was on the topic of impact of modern HR theories on job satisfaction, and I have taken a case study of private sector bank employees in Thane district. So there were a lot of theories involved. I have to mention the name of authors also, name of the contributors also, theory का background भी देना था. And in that case, it was मतलब कितना भी अपने से भी अगर हम लिखते हैं, then too it was not getting avoided. So it reached to the level of 7%. While submitting the PhD, it reached to the level of 7%. I was actually cautious. It is very closer to the boundary. And can I get it reduced somehow? I tried. One more percent, I brought it down. 6% pay, I submitted my PhD. So this effort should be taken by that particular author or student only, because being on the boundary, government may change the scenario at any point of time and they can tackle down you simply. तो yes, that should never be on the boundary कि इतना परसेंट तक अलाउ है तो इतना परसेंट तक ही हम करेंगे. या प्लीज.
Sir, the debate also revolved around how Turnitin was showing 10% similarity index, whereas Authenticate was showing 5% of similarity index. Though, sir, I absolutely agree that she should have worked on it.
Yeah.
But her part was these two softwares are showing different percentages, and she shot on time since it was just a proposal that she was submitting. So, what is ethically correct in here in the picture?
I'll tell you. देखो, if let's say for example in my university, if they are using Authenticate as a uh, official software for checking plagiarism, so I'll go with the Authenticate. And if they're using Turnitin or Orkund as an official software, then I'll have to go with that. Acha, now how these softwares are working actually, behind this software the algorithms are there. तो सिमिलैरिटी कभी 3 वर्ड्स के बीच में दे आइडेंटिफाई, कभी 5 वर्ड्स के बीच में दे आर आइडेंटिफाइंग. तो व्हेन इट कम्स टू टर्न इट इन, नो, इट इज चेकिंग इन 2 वर्ड्स एंड 3 वर्ड्स का गैप में. हाँ, 2-3 वर्ड्स का पेयर में इट इज चेकिंग द व्हाट इज कॉल्ड प्लेजरिज्म. एंड आइथेंटिकेट थोड़ा सा ब्रॉडर व्यू में जाके चेक करता है. दूसरी एक चीज है कि लेट्स से जैसे क्रॉस रेफ एंड ऑल are there today. If we haven't used any material of, let's say, interconnected wala approach wala, jaise for example I have used a very local paper, which have no clue in the internet and all, है ना, it is offline only. Somehow it will not show the plagiarism, but it is unethical. It is unethical, but it will not show, because everything that particular software will be checking on will be on the web. All the information, all the content which is published on the web, which is published on the domain, that domain will be actually considered for checking the plagiarism. तो यहाँ पे इफ द सॉफ्टवेयर कौन सा यूनिवर्सिटी फॉलो करती है, अकॉर्डिंगली दैट शुड बी डन. एंड अ कॉमन वे शुड बी गिवन टू द स्टूडेंट. Basically, if Authenticate is it is also a renowned software, so she can submit, but 10% का limit में if both the software are showing, it should not go with that. Connected. Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so level two, getting debarred from the university to submit for 1 year, and level three is again student car registration will be getting cancelled from the program. Let's say if I am submitting my thesis with the plagiarism of above 60%, then I am not eligible for doing that particular program, and वहाँ से मेरा registration will get cancelled. This is for student when we are research scholar. Let's move ahead for the professionals. Level 0 is nil for them too, but level 1 there will be withdrawal of the publication will simply ask आपका publication आपका manuscript को withdraw कर लो. Let it be any journal, let it be any publication house for books or for any case study or anything. Then for level 2, withdrawal of manuscript, loss of increment for 1 year, and prohibition, it's written probation here, prohibition from research guidance for PG and PhD both for 2 years will be debarred. Matlab up to 2 years you cannot guide any student for PhD or PG, neither increment for that year will be provided to you, and you'll have to withdraw your manuscript. This is again punishment, of course. Level 3 is there. Withdrawal of manuscript along with 2 increments you'll not be getting, and there will be you will be debarred from the university to guide PG and PhD student for a consecutive period of 3 years. So these are the penalties. Actually, this penalty is nothing but the whole scenario when it gets created. No, people will say that this particular person has been caught with the plagiarism and all. That is very sharmnak atmosphere develop karta hai. So since beginning, if we are following this kind of scenario, that we are ethically doing our research, the process is move ahead nicely, so we are not worried about. Type of plagiarism. So first thing is cloning. Acha, this is very contemporary topic, है ना? Especially Elsevier, Academy of Management Journal, and 2 or 3 other platforms. They have been talking about these all topics. I put them together in one slide. Let's discuss them all. First thing is cloning. Means directly copying the whole material without any filter and using in our own research. That's cloning. Control C is copying major amount of information. Let's say you are writing a dissertation, उसमें पूरा का पूरा introduction आपने उठा के रख लिया, research methodology उठा के रख लिया, या a part of that you have taken and used it without filtration or without giving any citation. Retweet. Retweet is a term used for, let's say, giving accurate citation, but the magnitude of information you have picked from that one source will be huge. आपने उसका पूरा पेपर ही उठा लिया और उसको अच्छे से साइट करके रखा है. That's not allowed. Can any one of us tell me how to cite a paper? Means let's say एक research paper है, I'll show it also, just a second. एक research paper है, उसमें क्या क्या देखना है और क्या इंफॉर्मेशन लेनी है एंड हाउ टू साइट इट. कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Otherwise I lost connectivity. ठीक है. So when you spot a paper, ये पढ़ा देता हूं, फिर उसके बाद I'll come to that paper part later on. Retweet we have done. Then comes error 404. You have given a very nice citation, but that cited paper does not exist. ये आपको चैट जीपीटी प्रोवाइड करता है. error 4.04. If you ask ChatGPT, give me some references on this topic, it will give you in the format you demand, it will give you. But that paper is a question mark actually, है ना? वो exist करता है या नहीं करता? What actually it does, algorithm कैसे काम करता है? बहुत सारे papers को जहाँ पे similarity दिखती है, they you can say mixed up together, उसका references, resources copy करके आपके सामने एक अच्छा सा design करके it presents you well. So never use GPT for generating your literature review or literature survey. I have seen lot of student have been doing क्योंकि बहुत easy है, it saves you a lot of time. देखो, these platforms actually are beneficial, but for creating information. Information आपको जो चाहिए, which you do not assistance के तरीके से use करो. Complete dependency on that particular software will not be helpful. It will be completely unethical in real sense. Then here comes aggregator. You have taken good amount of information, not from one source. आपने ठीक है, अब मुझे एक सोर्स से बहुत ज्यादा नहीं लेना है, तो मैंने एक टॉपिक सर्च किया, 10 वेबसाइट्स आई, हर वेबसाइट से दो दो दो, और ऐसे ऑर्डर में अरेंज किया है दैट इट सीम्स लाइक वन कंप्लीट टेक्स्ट, इट इज मीनिंगफुल वन. That's aggregation. Again, that is plagiarism. Then find and replace. You identify some of the phrases. जैसे मैंने कहा अभी थोड़ी देर पहले while I was interacting to I think मैं शासी I was saying कि एक एल्गोरिदम जो है वो दो तीन वर्ड्स के कनोटेशंस को, टुगेदरनेस को जज करता है, अकॉर्डिंगली सर्च करता है, सर्च इंजन्स में सिमिलर इंफॉर्मेशन मिलने पे इट प्रोड्यूसेस इट्स रिजल्ट. तो दिस इज फाइंड एंड रिप्लेस. मतलब यू फाइंड सम ऑफ द गुड टर्म्स, उनके दो तीन के बंडल को ब्रेक कर देते हो, उनके सिनोनिम से ब्रेक कर देते हो, काइंड ऑफ पैराफ्रेजिंग यू डू. फाइंड एंड रिप्लेस. जस्ट अ सेकंड, सॉरी. Yeah. Then comes a mix method. A mix method is actually copying the material using AI like bots, generating results, and then humanizing that by using software only. This is very common and popular in all of them nowadays. So you are generating, let's say, GPT or something to write your content. Accordingly, you are getting all the information. Then you are using a different tool, different chatbot to humanize that information. अच्छा, when you अगर आप रीड करेंगे ना उस पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन को जिसको आपने ह्यूमनाइज किया है, it does some spelling mistake, it changes the word with its synonyms, it paraphrases, but that can be actually identified by yourself only. आप खुद रीड करेंगे ना, आपको समझ में आएगा कि this is not normal text. Normal text with your आपने टाइप किया, it will look completely different than this particular text. तो शुड वी नॉट यूज दोज प्लेटफॉर्म्स? क्या चैट जीपीटी है, एआई के बाकी के प्लेटफॉर्म्स है, ग्रामरली है, देखो, वी कैन यूज दैट प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर नॉलेज, नॉट नॉलेज, लैंग्वेज एनहांसमेंट. हाँ, मे बी पेपर का हमें लैंग्वेज ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, तो हमने थोड़ा सा रीडेबिलिटी बढ़ाने के लिए वी हैव यूज दोस प्लेटफॉर्म. ग्रामर के लिए वी हैव यूज्ड इट, सम ऑफ देम, है ना, कुछ ऐसा. बट with a view of copying, with a view of creating such kind of information, that shouldn't be done. Then आता है recycle. Recycle is what? सेल्फ प्लेजरिज्म जो हमने पहले पढ़ा था। आपका कोई पुराना पेपर है, उसमें कुछ कंटेम्परेरी चीजें आपने की, और मेजर पोर्शन ऑफ दैट पेपर यू हैव प्रेजेंटेड। देन कम्स हाइब्रिड। हाइब्रिड इज व्हाट, आपने कहीं से इंफॉर्मेशन लिया है, उसको प्रॉपरली साइट किया है, दैट्स ओरिजिनल कॉन्टेक्स्ट कंटेंट, एंड नाउ उसी का दो चार लाइन के बीच में आपने दो दो लाइन कॉपी वाले डाले हुए हैं, दैट्स हाइब्रिड। एंड फाइनली लाइक सॉन्ग्स आर मेड अप मैशअप, है ना, यू मिक्स लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, दो दो लाइन एन नंबर ऑफ वेबसाइट से यू आर गेट कनेक्टिंग एंड पुटिंग टुगेदर, कि आइडेंटिफाई करने दो सॉफ्टवेयर को, वी विल कंफ्यूज देम, है ना। सो दिस इज द टाइप ऑफ कॉमन टाइप ऑफ प्लेजरिज्म विच इज प्रिवेलिंग इन टुडेज एनवायरनमेंट, टुडेज सिनेरियो। अभी का जो रियल सिनेरियो है उसमें ये सारे तरीके बहुत फेमस है। इफ देयर इज एनी डाउट टू एनीवन, यू कैन आस्क मी। Should we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. सिर्फ प्लेजरिज्म ही नहीं होता, देर आर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मिसकंडक्ट्स ऑल्सो। लेट्स से फ्रॉड, दैट मीन्स फैब्रिकेशन ऑफ डेटा, विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन द फर्स्ट सेकंड स्लाइड itself. Plagiarism, you got to know. Then comes piracy. Piracy is not is simply infringement of a particular copyright or violation of a copyright, है ना। जैसे for example something is registered or you can say copyrighted, and without taking prior or proper permission you have used their content, that is called piracy. Self plagiarism, we have discussed that. Now there are many cases from famous universities, you will find। अभी ये जो केस है प्लेजरिज्म का, दिस इज फ्रॉम IIM अहमदाबाद। I'll be just reading and we will be going through with this। IIM अहमदाबाद में 17 August 1992 a student complained to the director। Actually you can do the reading, I'll just tell you the whole case। एक स्टूडेंट था, उसको कुछ किताबें पढ़नी थी, लेट्स से लेविन का स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड मैनेजमेंट, बाउमेल का उसने इकोनॉमिक थियरी एंड ऑपरेशन एनालिसिस, और एक दो और किताबें उसने देखा उसको अपने रिसर्च वर्क के लिए चाहिए था, सो ही हैज गॉन थ्रू विद दैट। फिर उसके बाद वो आया लाइब्रेरी में, खुद के लाइब्रेरी में, और उसने अपने प्रोफेसर्स की लिखी हुई किताब देखी, है ना। कौन से प्रोफेसर्स थे? प्रोफेसर UK श्रीवास्तव, हु इज अ CMA प्रोफेसर एट IIMA, एंड GV शेनॉय एंड SC शर्मा। these three people were there। इन्होंने उस पर्टिकुलर बॉमोल, लेविन एंड वैगनर के बुक में से कुछ कुछ कंटेंट लिया था विदाउट प्रॉपर you can say citation and proper credit। so that particular student did complain to the director and they have taken step, है ना। तो you can read the last paragraph। Upon inquiry, a committee based on report by a student found that book quantitative technique for managerial decision by UK Srivastava, JV Shunai, and SC Sharma, they copied without acknowledging the source at 10 different places, including 5 foreign books, है ना। Source is also, I have not plagiarized, source मैंने mention किया है। सेकेंड थिंग, IIM इंदौर का है ये केस। तो 3 मार्च 2012 को डायरेक्टर ऑफ IIM इंदौर एन रविचंद्रन इज बीन आस्क्ड एक्चुअली टू रिस्पॉन्ड ऑन द एक्यूजेशन ऑफ प्लेजरिज्म अगेंस्ट हिम and another senior faculty of the institute, who is named to be Omkar D. Palsole Desai। Now, they had submitted a paper, scenario ये था, management case on, है ना, that title I have removed, should it be lawful or otherwise। Ahmedabad-based researcher K.R. Narendra Babu, he did complain that particular paper. एक महीने बाद 12 अप्रैल को veteran industrialist Ellen Junjunwala, who is also chairman of the Indian Institute of Management Indore, he actually called the you can say board of governor and he resigned, citing major differences with Dr. N. Ravichandran and other board members. So this kind of things are happening or has happened in the past with many other people. आईआईटीज का ये पर्टिकुलर केस स्टडी दो तीन आईआईटीज के बारे में है. देखो, बाय द एंड ऑफ 2010 3 इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, IIT Delhi, basically the most prestigious and elite institute of the nation, have also become controversial due to alleged scientific misconduct and unethical practices. IIT Kharagpur physics professor RNP Chaudhary has lost his position as head of department. How this? देखो, dishonesty, lack of integrity is actually a mole in your character. एक बार आपने शॉर्टकट मेथड लेना शुरू किया, you can never be on the right track. So it is very much needed for all the researchers, especially the beginners. है ना? It is considered that the one who is doing PhD or have done PhD, moving ahead with the postdoctoral research scenario, he is the first grade of the research work or the basics of research they are doing. तो वहीं से आपने अपने आप को shape up करना है. If you are taking shortcuts, if you have engaged yourself into this kind of particular actions,
ये मालगुलर
you'll become vulnerable to these activities and actions, and the result is actually not good. What will happen? How? See, ईमानदारी से अगर publish किया तो maybe 3 months you require to write a paper, 4 months you'll take to write a paper, or you'll publish only one paper in a year. But that confidence will be there with you that you have done all the work with your efforts. Now, let's talk about the business. How to avoid plagiarism. पहला, cite your source. APA का अगर स्टाइल है तो let me show you a different screen. Just a second. Rajesh sir, you are there, please.
Yeah, I'm there. Tell me.
Yeah, I was finding it difficult to. I got it, sir. I got it. I
Got
thought
it,
my
huh?
presentation right was.
Yeah, okay, okay, fine, fine.
Yeah. Participants, can you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
latest one, APA style. देखो, you can, I'll share it with the sir, and you can always search it on the sites also. You'll find this particular PDF. ये ना बाय हर्ट होना चाहिए. द सिस्टम शुड नॉट टेल यू, योर लैपटॉप और कंप्यूटर शुड नॉट ऑटो चेक एंड ऑटो करेक्ट इट. यू शुड बी आइडेंटिफाइंग आपका रेफरेंस देख के दैट आई हैव डन इट करेक्टली और नॉट. सी, ऑथर, कॉमा, है ना, उसका फर्स्ट नेम एंड सेकंड ऑथर, देन ईयर, डॉट, देन टाइटल ऑफ द आर्टिकल, डॉट, name of the periodical, comma, volume, in bracket you can mention issue, then issue number, that hash is for the numbers, and then you can digital object identifier link you can give, that is DOI link you can mention in that. So this is for journal article. Then book ke liye they follow different approach. Author, their surname and all, and second author, uh, and we are not putting A and D, that symbol which is there in the any everything. Then chapters के लिए they have done it given differently, है ना? तो chapters, book and journal articles, ये अलग अलग methodology है. सेम वन, आपने कहा कि हमने सेम जो जर्नल में यूज किया वही बुक में यूज किया, वही हमने एडिटेड चैप्टर्स में यूज किया, दैट विल बी एक्चुअली रॉन्ग थिंग. तो यू
Hello, Nitin. Are you able to hear me, participants?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it's a problem from Sir's side. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I came back actually.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, sir.
Technical, always we face this problem. No issue.
Sir, I lost my presentation, right?
Yeah. Are you able to present it? Matlab,
No, I cannot share the.
Sadiq sir, are you there? Aitisham sir? Sadiq sir, Aitisham
Yes.
sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Now I can present. Now I can
Yeah.
present.
Thank you. Please continue.
Yeah.
And in case sir, you found na someone is unmuted, you can mute them. Thank you.
Okay, okay. I'll do so. I'll do so, sir. I'll do so. So, second thing is include quotations. Mention someone. Like whose research you have taken, whose paper you have studied for your research. In text citation must be given. And while you might have seen that Divedi and Boite and Divedi 2002 in the bracket, and then the text begins that they have said in this in their research work and dot. See, simple. You don't have to write a very uh, लैंग्वेज पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बहुत एडवांस, रिसर्च पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बहुत नहीं. यू हैव टू देखो, रिपोर्ट इज to be done simply just to reflect your idea, what you wanted to do in that research, what you have done it, and what you simply want to say to you can say to the fraternity of yours, that आइडियोलॉजी शुड बी रिफ्लेक्टेड. तो बहुत ज्यादा हाई फाई वर्ड्स डालने के चक्कर में वी गो ऑनलाइन, वी डू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, एंड उसके चक्कर में वी डू दिस काइंड ऑफ अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस. फिर आता है पैराफ्रेज. पैराफ्रेज मैं तो कहूंगा मत करो, क्योंकि सॉफ्टवेयर्स आर मॉडिफाइड, दे आर अपग्रेडेड. maybe we have not evolved, but they are evolving continuously on daily basis. तो पैराफ्रेज में आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या करोगे? you'll change them synonyms, उनको we can say active का passive में कर दोगे, and but the whole ideology will remain same ना, the meaning, the essence of that particular paragraph will remain same. तो instead you study, you refer that particular paper, टॉपिक पढ़ो, उसका एब्स्ट्रैक्ट पढ़ो, मेथोडोलॉजी देखो, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स देखो, एंड देन कम टू कंक्लूजन. फिर आपका जो इन्फरेंसेस ड्रॉ करते हैं एक पर्टिकुलर पेपर में, वो आप मेंशन करो दैट एक्स वाई जी एंड एबीसी इन देयर रिसर्च सो एंड सो, टाइटल सो एंड सो, हैव taken these variables, performed this test, and concluded like this. आपका सिंपल स्टेटमेंट रखो. इट विल नेवर गो फॉर प्लेजरिज्म. दैट्स पैराफ्रेजिंग. तो अवॉइड दैट. फिर प्रेजेंट योर ओन आइडिया. सी, कभी कभी we are judging ourselves less also. Our idea is unique. Believe in yourself. When you do unique means from your intuition, अपने खुद के दिमाग में सोच के, हाँ, आपके खुद के विचारों से जब आप करते हैं, that becomes unique. एंड उसी को वैसा ही यूनिक, हाँ, यस प्लीज।
Sir, what really makes a paper, keeping the ethical considerations, what really makes a paper a complete, ethically written paper? Because there are softwares who can pass you through below 10% plagiarism. Somebody can for sure provide in-text citation. Um, Paraphrasing can be done. All of these points that you've mentioned here, sir, ways to avoid plagiarism, all of it is done. But yet, a lot of students these days, they very beautifully use AI and AI tools to frame a entire paper, which can again pass through a lot of AI tools. So, sir, as somebody who can be a member of a review committee or something, how can one get to know whether this paper is written the way it should be written?
Yeah. First thing is buy the software, but there are manual insights also. Let's say a humanoid paper with a normal human intention and efforts. When it is presented, na, it can be identifiable. दूसरी चीजें, when we can, पहला question, when we can write a paper, we will be able to write a paper when we have studied the similar methodology or similar paper with similar variables. Already we have done it. जब हमने पढ़ा, we have acquired, you can say, right amount of information, and then उसके basis पे our thoughts will be generated. We have done all the internal tidbits, सोच के हमने अपने विचार ड्रॉ किए, आइडियोलॉजी फ्रेम करी, and then we are writing our own ideology. Let's say what happens in paper. Let's say graduate students or postgraduate student, how they write paper. Actually, when we assess paper, we all are teachers. So whatever we have taught them, whatever they have studied in the text, that is not there. Only pointers are there. They reflect their own ideology in this. So when you are writing your paper by your own self, that will be identifiable. And before that, you have to study with the similar text. Let's say इसीलिए research is done in one topic, one particular aspect, and one particular specialization that is needed. Second thing, yes, there are many softwares which in one click can identify either the paper is done manually or must have been done by using any particular software. So both ways it can be possible. Means you, because of your intuition, because of your experience, because of your own judgment, you can identify. Second thing, acha, when you study the bibliography of any paper, na, this is the cut short answer. When you study the bibliography, the arrangement of bibliography by human will be differently done, and by the particular software it will be arranged differently. Use Mendeley, use any particular automatic bibliography generator tool, and design the bibliography by yourself. Those two will be different. I think the answer was meaningful.
Sir, what will be the striking difference?
Difference will be the order and arrangement. Both will be there. The order of the bibliography and the arrangement. Like I have presented a PDF, no? PDF I have presented. In that one, the software generated one, you will not find any difference. Everything will be similarly done with each of the bibliographical point and references. Whereas when you do it manually, there are slight chances that you might have done a small error or might have avoided a particular topic or might have misleaded with something. There are, you can say, chances for that.
Okay,
So
sir.
I want to ask one thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
There is a problem if we write the citation and correct it through some AI or copy the citation from the Google Scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Is there will be any academic problem?
Actually, see, that's not text. See, normally it happens also when you go to ResearchGate, when you go to these online sites, they offer you that you can copy the bibliographical information and you can paste it in your research work. So that's not a problem actually. Copying the content is problem. It's like giving visitor card. And I'm giving my own visiting ID to someone who can use it. So that is not been theft. That is been given. That is been, you can say, already given in his own knowledge.
Okay. So,
Yes.
because it's just save a lot of time and efforts.
Yes, it is okay to do. Copying the content is not okay. Copying the
That is ethical.
idea or methodology is not okay. That's unethical. But bibliography references that can be simply done.
Same with the literature review also, sir.
No, 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 no. Literature review you should do by yourself.
Okay.
लिटरेचर रिव्यू देखिए लिटरेचर रिव्यू का रेफरेंसेस यू कैन टेक बाय दिस वे द वे यू आर सेइंग बाय यूजिंग bibliographic site and all है ना गूगल स्कॉलर और एनीथिंग यू कैन यूज फॉर रेफरेंसेस ओनली बट फॉर डिजाइनिंग और क्यूरेटिंग द लिटरेचर रिव्यू you have to do it manually.
So one more thing, sir.
Mhm,
So there are a lot of previous literature reviews are available, or
mhm,
research work are done, and they are presented something. So can
mhm.
we copy? We can copy something which relates to our theme, or we have to copy and we have to reproduce in our own words.
अच्छा I'll present one particular example. एक टॉपिक पे मुझे रिसर्च करना है. Already information is available on Shodh Ganga and n number of multiple sites are there. है ना? So I search about the topic, go to there, I'll find the whole chapter is designed मेरे हिसाब से. Can I copy the whole chapter? Will it be
No, sir. No,
ethical?
no, no,
है
no,
ना?
no, no, no.
It is the idea. तो a particular let's say मेरा एक पेपर में 25 to 30 literature reviews I am going to mention. For example, सिमिलरली मैंने देखा someone has done a broader research 200 300 literature survey उसने किया है. I can take 20. He will not feel bad. हाँ बुरा नहीं मानेगा. I'll copy that and I'll use that in my research. But I have copied ना. I have not drawn that inferences. देखो, literature review is what? I'll tell you the idea. Many of the senior faculties are there, even Rajesh sir is there. Of course, I have been taught by these all people. तो लिटरेचर रिव्यू इज नथिंग बट दूसरे के रिसर्च से अपनी समझ क्या आई उस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक में मतलब ड्राइंग योर ओन इन्फरेंसेस और अंडरस्टैंडिंग बाय यूजिंग समवन्स रिसर्च related to my variables which I am going to talk about in this particular current paper. तो यहां पे रेलेवेंस भी आ गया यहां पे मेथोडोलॉजी भी आ गई. तफसीर सर हैव आई आंसर्ड?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Chalo, we'll move ahead then. Uh, so you have to present your own idea, then use a plagiarism checking software. It is actually not affordable for individual researchers, but in research centers, that's mandatory to have plagiarism checking software. So you can always check your library or university library. They always have. So when you are writing a text, you can go through with that plagiarism software and read some plagiarism reports also. And before beginning to write your paper, it is advisable that you should read some plagiarism research reports also. कहाँ से क्या कैसे इंफॉर्मेशंस कलेक्ट करके किस बेसिस पे दैट इज होल रिपोर्ट पूरा दे प्रोवाइड. तो यू कैन रीड दैट रिपोर्ट. There also you will understand the scenario. Okay, so moving ahead, again, Elsevier ने कहा है these are 7 pointer scenario for avoiding plagiarism. पहला, never intentionally plagiarize. अगर आपने intentionally plagiarism नहीं किया है तो there are chances थोड़ा सा अवॉइड हो सकता है. सेकेंड थिंग, ऑलवेज यूज कोटेशन मार्क्स एंड रेफरेंसेस विच आई हैव मेंशन्ड अबाउट citation. Then paraphrase only when necessary. When it is urgently needed, you'll have no information other than that paragraph. तभी आप paraphrasing करो. Otherwise, read the whole text, draw your inferences, अपनी समझ develop करो and put down that thing in your thoughts, अपने words में. साइट रेफरेंस यूजिंग फैक्ट, जो फैक्ट है जो आपने लाइंस उठाया है वहीं पे इन टेक्स्ट, एंड नोट, फुट नोट, बाय यूजिंग ऑल दीज मैकेनिज्म यू कैन डू द साइटेशन. फिर कॉपी फ्रेजेस विद कॉशन इफ यू आर नो. अच्छा, ये दिस वाज एक्चुअली क्वाइट फनी. हम बहुत सारे लिटरेचर रिव्यू को जब हम कॉपी करते हैं ना, कभी कभी, है ना, जैसे हम पढ़ते हैं एट अल, है ना, एट अल, तो बेसिकली दैट इज यूज्ड व्हेन फोर एंड मोर रिसर्चर आर देयर. बट सम टाइम व्हेन अ स्टूडेंट इज डूइंग दैट, एक रिसर्चर के बाद भी उसने एटल लगाया हुआ है, देयर वाज ओनली वन रिसर्चर एंड एटल लगाया हुआ है. गेटिंग इट? सो दिस इज हाउ, मतलब ऐसे फ्रेजेस को कॉपी मत करो इफ यू आर अ नॉन नेटिव स्पीकर kind of thing, because you are not knowing the actual ideology of that particular phrase, and we have used it and that has shows wrong information. देन ऑलवेज क्रेडिट पीपल. जो जिसका है उसी का रहने दो, आपका अपना जो है वही आपका है ना. तो इन दैट वे यू कैन रियली अवॉइड. फिर एआई शुड ओनली बी यूज्ड टू एनहांस रीडेबिलिटी एंड लैंग्वेज. ये मैं नहीं, दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट टेकन बाय मी, और मेरा खुद का इंट्यूशन नहीं है ये. दिस इज डन बाय एल्सेवियर. उन्होंने कहा है कि ये 7 पॉइंटर जो है ना, सिनेरियो फॉलो करो being a researcher and you will move ahead. Okay. अगर हमने प्लेजरिज्म की बात की है तो रिपोर्ट राइटिंग इज वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर. इट शुड बी देयर. हाउ इट शुड बी डिजाइन, वी हैव अ बिट ऑफ टाइम ऑल्सो. तो रिसर्च रिपोर्ट क्या है? वॉट एवर इन्वेस्टिगेशन, रिसर्च और फाइंडिंग्स वी हैव आर्टिकुलेटेड, फाउंड आउट, उनको सबको एक सिस्टमैटिक ऑर्डर में एक नॉन टेक्निकल पर्सन के लिए प्रेजेंट करना. दैट्स रिपोर्ट इज अबाउट, है ना. यू नो द टेक्निकलिटी, यू नो वेरिएबल्स, यू नो आपने कौन सा टेक्स्ट किया है, कौन सा पर्टिकुलर स्केल यूज किया है, कौन से uh, दुनिया भर की चीजें, स्टैटिस्टिकल एंड ऑल, you know about your research. But a normal layman is not knowing. He may be uh, not technically sound as you are, but he may need your information, and you are doing the research for the society and all the people. What are steps are involved in writing a research particular report? First thing, logical analysis of the subject matter. लिख आप तभी पाओगे, बहुत ध्यान से सुने, लिख आप तभी पाएंगे जब आपने पढ़ा है. Unless your brain is filled up with the thoughts of similar knowledge, you cannot come out with your own idea. So लिखना पहला काम नहीं है, पढ़ना पहला काम है. You will read a lot, and then जब आपका ब्रेन फेल होगा इंफॉर्मेशन से, ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट द आइडियाज दैट विल बी ओरिजिनली योर्स. सेकेंड थिंग, preparation of the final outline. I remember in my research while I was doing PhD, it was COVID, after COVID. तो I was, है ना, आपको, अच्छा, those who are doing PhD they can correlate, and those who have done also they can also correlate. पूरी दुनिया में ना आपको पूरा रिसर्च समझ में आएगा व्हेन यू आर अ पीएचडी स्टूडेंट. सिर्फ आपको अपना टॉपिक में क्या करना है वो नहीं समझेगा. गेटिंग इट? यू कैन हेल्प योर स्टूडेंट, यू कैन हेल्प योर फेलो कलीग, सबको हेल्प करेंगे आपके, बट यू विल बी कंप्लीटली blind with your idea what to do the next. In my case, we myself and Rajesh, Dr. Rajesh sir has met, and he made the whole skeleton. He helped me out designing that, and then I started writing my thesis. So this one is important. Preparation of the final outline. हर chapter, chapterization scheme, हर heading में क्या डालने वाले हैं आप, that you should find out. Then preparation of rough draft, that should be shown to your guide, mentor, and then writing, rewriting, polishing through a rough draft. Finally, preparation of your bibliography, and the final draft will be ready accordingly. So I think that's it from the my side. If there are any question, I'm open for that. Thank you so much for patiently
Sir,
listening. Yeah, please.
yes, sir. In there are different types of fields. Like in
Uh-huh.
literature, we have to quote a lot.
Uh-huh.
Of course, into inverted comma. Or languages, it is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Science is a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So this parameter differ from field to field, or it is same.
See, if we are talking about social sciences, management, economics, commerce, and sociology and all, so basically, especially commerce, management, and economics, they have similar research patterns and all, and or this differs from university to university also. कुछ chapters आगे पीछे होते हैं, and some universities are combining chapter one with research methodology. Some universities are demanding chapter 3 as a research methodology and all. So this kind of scenario, it is a bit subjective. This is the, you can say, good thing about social science. We are open to the changes, है ना? We are open to the changes. And देखो, I think we had a session on this one, literature, scientific survey of the information. Just let me guess it. So, so basically what happens कि we are open for the changes and we are open for the upgradation. So time to time, place to place, university to university, like the theses which are designed in India, maybe of 300, 400 pages. USA में वही 100 पेज की thesis होती है. It's like हमारे बच्चे PG के बच्चे उतना करके देते हैं MCOM के, है ना? So that changes accordingly.
Yeah, any other questions students, learners have? Participants?
Hello. Hello.
Seema Banu,
Yes.
bolun.
Ima.
I think she's unmuted by mistake and
Yeah.
having a personal talk. Yeah. So another question, I think one question was there.
Mm-hmm.
Nitin sir, how can we change saying of other written in review literature? I think the basic concept is missing here. We can't change their saying. We have to present your own language. You
Yeah.
can't change what they have told. Isn't it, sir? You can, sir, give more insights on it.
Of course, you have answered the question, sir. Yes, we cannot really change with the whole skeleton of that particular information, but we have to go through by our own idea. We have to read the whole text to identify what attributes the paper was having, what objective it was having, what all variable they studied, then what they concluded. And accordingly, we have to draw our inferences. Like I always said, अपनी समझ draw करना है. पढ़ते हम इसलिए हैं कि टीचर की समझ से अपनी समझ हमें ड्रॉ करना है, और अपनी समझ में जो आता है वो अपना नॉलेज होता है, एंड बाय यूजिंग दैट नॉलेज वी हैव टू राइट आवर पेपर. So first thing about writing any research report or conducting research is to gaining information. उस लिटरेचर सर्वे आपके गाइड, आपके मेंटोर करने क्यों बोलते हैं? दैट यू गो थ्रू विद द सिमिलर टेक्स्ट. आपको मेथोडोलॉजी पता चलेगा, आइडियोलॉजी पता चलेगा, होल स्केलेटॉन पता चलेगा. तो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर में जो आपको डाउट आएगा वो नहीं आएगा फिर बाद में, वंस यू गो थ्रू विथ टू मेनी पेपर्स, 10, 20, 50 रिलेटेड टू योर स्टडी ऑफ कोर्स. तो आपको वो डाउट्स नहीं आएंगे. अकॉर्डिंगली आप अपने आप आपको रेडी कर पाएंगे दैट यू कैन नाउ थिंक. एंड when you will be thinking, आपका thought process change होगा because you are equipped up with the knowledge and information, and by using that source you will be drawing your own conclusion.
Yes, perfectly explained, sir. The thing is that you won't read the articles, you only see the abstracts and present your paper, write your paper. You haven't learned much thing. What we believe, you have to go through the paper, understand them, and then you have to write in your own word without changing, core idea of the paper. Otherwise, they studied in USA and you're writing Canada. That
Right.
won't be allowed, right? You have no right to change their saying. Only you can present in your own words. So that's why the same research paper is, referred by thousands of the research scholars, and they are, citing them, but they are putting in their own words.
Yeah,
The
their
other question,
interpretation is different.
yeah,
Right, right.
the other question also was from Nitin sir in this context, that can we are getting ready-made, so can we get from one place and then we put in paraphrasing and same we copy paste. See, referring and copy pasting is always different, right? We have to give efforts to, change it or convert it, or okay, we can translate it if in another language in your own language, then only you will be saved from plagiarism. That is very clear.
Right.
Yeah. So really, and let me tell you, it was one of the best session today. I also have been hearing many speakers, but in a very cool pace, systematically in a price, in a good voice modulation, and the content. And I think every sentence you use was really aptful. It was having justification that ethical integrity is a must,
Thank you, sir.
right? You write 10 papers or 100 papers, your efforts will be in that volume.
Right, right.
100 years. Some people are really crazy in presenting paper, but they give time for that. It is for them. For them, it's a passion, right? But if you're selected to the some papers, then you get abundant time to work or improve its quality, right? So it was really wonderful session. Still, if anyone is having any kind of question, you can ask. We still have 3-5 minutes, and you
Yeah.
can get engaged from sir's opinion. Please, anyone has question, you unmute and you do ask, because you don't get such a platform every day.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
please.
just want to ask one thing.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You know the current scenario in our and we are knowing that there are lot many conferences and there are notices of 15 days, 10 days, and so on, and there is a limitation of words also that you cannot write beyond 300 words. Is it a good scenario for research, or
Rather, in fact, I think that there is a flood of RM today.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is, sir.
yeah, sir, there is a flood of research methodologies today. Every college, every institution is conducting FDPs. They are naming different
Right,
FDPs workshop, but those can be one day. A capacity building program by ICSI is recommended for 10 days for us. So that's why we are having continuous 18 speakers you are going to hear throughout the 10 days. But I think if I'm not wrong, almost every day we have somewhere, some kind of session on RM. I
right.
think learners kindly wait. I am sending a feedback form. Okay. Till that you can still ask questions to sir, because I
Yeah.
have to do the modification feedback form. Okay. I send in some time. Yeah. If you have question, please ask sir. Yeah. Then I do one thing. I first thank sir, and then I share with you the feedback of first session. So Dr. Nitin, I really also
Just
found that.
need your blessing. No
No,
thanks,
no,
sir.
that is
Yeah.
always there. But you know what happened? I want to tell the participants, we groom thousands of, but only a handful of coming with the quality, and they have daring to come online and teach. So that is theirs. It's not ours. That I strongly believe. So every one of you is a good learner, but the one who gives the effort, they are able to do, because we are teachers. Lakhs of students we have taught last 20 decades, but a handful of coming up like Dr. Jinal or Dr. Prunal, and then Dr. Nitin, and many more you'll be hearing. So the lesson you can take is that when the efforts are put in the researchers, you can have that daring to face the people and speak on that. That is a very simple outcome of the efforts you have given for the research. So Formally, I give vote of thanks on behalf of our college, Anjuman Islam's Awarpir College. And I know that now you're settled in Prayagraj, Allahabad forever. But due to online and virtual sessions, we could have access of your knowledge, Dr. Nitin. And thank you very much. I'm really feeling happy that something they have taken up today, because it's not a threat to speak on plagiarism and telling them, but it's like making them aware
Yeah.
to be saved from the academic loss and personal image damage. These two important things are there. So thank you very much, and hopefully
Thank
we
you,
shall
sir.
be connected, and we look forward for your sessions in our next platforms. Thank you very much. Yeah, have a nice day.
You
Dear
too.
students, yeah, thank you, Nitin.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Is it Dr. Rajesh is Dr. Raj is present here? Dr. Raj. Okay. Learners, give me 5 minutes. I get connected with the next speaker, and I introduce him. Is Dr. Raj there? Give me 2 minutes. Okay, as this session will start, I shall share with you the feedback form of the first session. You can fill it while listening the second speaker. Yeah, dear participants, sir is joining in 2 minutes. We shall immediately start with our session as he joins. The second session is about writing MRPs, because many of you must be having a willingness to write for different grants, granting institutions. So you will learn here how can you write MRPs and how many are there sponsoring agencies or institutions. So attend it and get knowledge. Thank you. Okay, has Dr. Raj joined? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Huh? Oh, yeah. Sir has joined. So good afternoon, Dr. Raj Shoste. So, okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So welcome,
Yes, sir.
second speaker, Dr. Raj
Yeah, yeah.
Shoste. Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good
So you are
afternoon,
welcome
sir.
on behalf of Anjuman Islam's Aga Pirbhai College on this 10 days capacity building program. And this is our fifth day, and you are a second guest speaker. So let me introduce Dr. Raj, Dr. Professor Raj Ankush Shospe, sir. Is a by designation, he's a professor in commerce and former IC principal of Nagrik Shikshan Sanstha College of Commerce and Economics, Tarde. Sir is having qualification. He's having more qualification like MCom, SET, MPhil in Commerce and Management, GDC and A, then PG Diploma in DFM, PG Diploma in DHE, LLB, MBA Finance, DLS, IIMA, PhD University of Mumbai. The total teaching experience, sir, is having 20 years for undergraduate students and 15 years for PG graduate students. The other experience, sir, has been working with NSS College since 2005. Sir had been IC principal for 2 years of NSS College. He is also coordinator for MCOM PG section since 2012. He's a PG recognized teacher in the subject of MCOM accountancy. He's also recognized PG teacher in the subject of trade, transport, and industry. He's a member of Board of Studies of Trade and Transport ad hoc, University of Mumbai since 2021. He's a VC nominee on the Board of Studies in Accountancy at KPP Hinduja College, Charni Road. Member of RAC committee in various colleges of PhD research centers. He's a member of Board of Studies in Accountancy of Kirti College, Kirti Dongurse College, and a member of Syllabus Framing Committee for PG Department of Commerce, University of Mumbai. The sir's contribution that he has worked many years for IPSC and NAC steering committee as a coordinator, and sir has worked as a LMC committee member as well. He's a member of CDC and is working for UGC 10th remedial coaching cell for as a coordinator. Lot of things he has. Sir's publication total he has published 115 research paper till date in various national international conferences. Two students of sir has got awarded PhD. Six students have been pursuing PhD under him, and I know personally soon they are going to submit their thesis in few months. 400 students have completed master dissertation under his guidance. The number is 400. The 100 research papers were presented by him in various conferences. More than 600 workshops he has attended as an attendee. He's invited as a subject experts in as a member of committee for selection of the professors at various colleges. He's also invited to give the speech and the guest lectures in various colleges and to conduct the Viva was. Sir has published 12 textbook and 2 reference book as a sole author. And sir is having on his name 3 national and 1 international patent. He's a chief editor of Research Dimension Journal. He's a chief editor of Ajanta Peer Review Journal and organizes various conferences at his level. In award recognition, sir has been awarded Best Teacher, Best Researcher Award by NSS Sanstha, National Talent Search Award by Indian Accounting Association. Is a recipient of prestigious award Dr. APJ Kalam Lifetime Achievement awarded by International Institute of Social and Economic Development, Bangalore. He's a recipient of Rajeshri Shah Maharaj Award, Kolhapur, in the year 2023. So I think there are so many things to speak about you, but the learners must and the participants must have understood about your profile. So welcome, Dr. Raj sir, and sir will be speaking about writing of MRP for sponsored project, because you all of you know that in our cash and even in the honor, if you are getting some kind of MRP sponsored by a reputed agency institution, it adds value to our academics. So hopefully, and I'm very sure that you will learn today, you will take away something which is very good for you in your academic life. Thank you very much, Dr. Raj. Over to you.
Thank you, Rajesh sir, for introduction. And is I'm audible?
Yeah, yes, audible.
Clearly audible, no? Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. First of all, thank you very much for your introduction, and thanks to the organizing team of AP College, organizing this 10 days capacity building program on advanced research methodology. which is ICSR sponsored. I saw your all entire schedules, and of course, this is really very informative, and definitely again the new session is also going to help a lot to the research scholar and all the participants. The topic, actually, this is a discussions only because always in my whenever there is a sessions, so most of that means who are have interactive this thing. But as the time constraint is that the time is allotted to me, that is 3:30 to 5, and I have to cover up the maximum important points uh, for writing of MRP for sponsored projects. This is really very important, as all of you know that as per the our education institutions and the maximum participant may be from the teaching fraternity. As a teacher, we have the ample of these things, opportunities and as well as the challenges in the field of the education. As a teachers, we have as a roles and our functions, education institutions toward the education institution, that is the teachings is one and most important, is our primary role to impart the knowledge and skills through teachings. At the same times, the creating learning resources, because teachers who are responsible for developing the learning materials such as textbooks, online records, uh, video contents, other instrumental aid that it helps in learning process. Along with this, creating the learning resources, so again, we have carrying out the research work process that is absolutely essential because as Rajesh has told you, that is CAS promotions, the UGC, the recent notifications also, they very much focus on the research area. And as per our measuring the academic performance indicators, the research contributions is absolutely essential. And that is a mandatory to promote for the one stage to another stage. And in other field also, that is a very, very important uh, research work and projects. And in that particular area also, we're focusing, say, how to go for the research work or research projects, and what is the essentials to for the obtain the specific grant from the research funding agencies. Now, apart from this guiding people for the research, of course, along with the carrying out the research work, we have to guide the research because faculty and research institution, there are some mentors, there are some subordinates. For subordinates, that means we have to assist the subordinate for the research work. At the same time, we have to take the help from them to carry out the research work. And as a mentor, we have to support the other research scholar or other teaching colleagues. So this is, exchanging your ideas and your knowledge, and you have to share with your colleague. So you have to guide the people for the research. Conducting the extension activities, there are some activities, extension activity, which is also includes some research activities also for by way of field projects, community development projects, who are to conduct the extension activities and carrying out the consultancy service based on the research output. This is also very important part as far as uh, institution to extend the knowledge and service to the communities. Uh, Apart from this, especially that means whenever you go for the any research work, there should be some research requirement. Okay. So there are the various essential factors which is that required and that supports and facilitate the successful research, because without these are all the factors, the research cannot be possible. And these are the basic needs for the research. This one most important thing, that means interest. Of course, the foundation of any good research is genuine curiosity and the passion for the subject, because the researcher should have interest in the particular area. And without interest, your sustained efforts and deep inquiry become very difficult to carry out the research work. Therefore, the first most important thing, there should be a interest. As a researcher, you should have interest toward a particular area or particular subjects. Then only you go for the research. Second one is very important, that is academic supports, of course, from your mentors or for any guidance from your mentors or any the academic literatures, or you can collaboration with your peers or any institutional encouragement. That is absolutely essential to go for the research. Along with the academic supports, we require the administrative support, because whenever you apply for any research grant, that is through your institutions. Okay, when your individual grant, yeah, institutional grant, that is always to the institutions. You are applying to the institution because there is a various formality that you have to follow as per the guidelines of the specified the funding agencies. you have to apply to your institutions only. Therefore, in this case also, the institutions and organizational backing is crucial, and that is includes the approvals, that is include the permissions, that is also infrastructure requirements or any logistical requirement which is come from the administrative institutions or supports. Motivations, of course, researchers needs a strong internal drive and inspiration to continue the work, and that is true. That is of course it is essential, without which you cannot go for any research. The motivation, the positive motivation is essential from your peer or from your academic or from your administrative institutions. That is essential, and then you can go for your research. Financial supports, of course, we're talking about the financial supports only because today's topic only how to prepare the proposal to for a particular grant from the funding agencies. Therefore, to carry out the any research, any kind of research, we require the finance, because some research is definitely required, without which we not able to carry out or undertake any kind of research work. Therefore, financial support is absolutely research by way of material, any traveling to particular places, any attending of any conferences or workshop, or some other like that. That means these are the requirement of the finance. This is the requirement of user. This is then subordinate support, of course, because many of the agencies, if you go for any guidelines of any funding agency, they're specifically allocated the grant to the supportive staff. That means your associate researchers or any assistant researcher or any field the persons, they allocate the funds. That means whenever I discuss with the funding or budgeting of the research proposal, that part I will explain you how much grant they are allocated and how they allocated the grants and how it is requirement. Family level support is absolutely essential, because without family supports, it is very difficult to carry out the research, because the personal life stability or encouragement from the family can significantly impact on researchers' ability to focus and perform well. And absolutely the family level, because this research work we are doing apart from our performing the teaching duty, and were come enter the family zones, that means we are taking some hours from our family, and in that case also the support from the family is absolutely essential to carry out the research work. I specified the one more point, that is health and age is also important, because many of the agency specify the age factor also, because many of the many of the schemes, they specify the what is called as the age of the particular researchers. And sometimes some agency, there is no research, any age bar for carrying out the listings, but the health and age is also one factors. And of course, the physical health and age can also influence your research productivity, and good health enhance efficiency, while age can affect the time availability, your energy levels, and your focus listing. So that's why I cover this health and age is also a requirement for your particular research listing approach. As for the funding agencies are concerned, there are different funds you can raise from the various bodies. The first of all, the institutions, your own institutions, sometimes there are many institutions, they're providing the grants or seed money to do the research. The institutional levels, they are providing the different grants for conducting the studies and the projects. Local level bodies also, if you find there are many funding agency and government offices, specifically the districts and municipal level, they offer the support specific research. Okay. State government level bodies also, several state level departments and council often provide the funding for the research, and that addresses state development goal or sector specific goals. They identify that and they invite the application from the various researchers. So they provided the fund for the specific object. Then central government bodies, there are a number of apex bodies and the ministries and even the research councils. There are few of the research councils or research bodies I covered at the end. Briefly, I will explain you what are the different areas where you can go for it and what are the different institutions they provide in the grants. And the company-based R&D, the company-based research and development department, because many of the company compulsory there are research and development department, and that is a very important this thing for the every company to again to take the any important decisions. They always uh, find out the on the basis of the judgment which is given by the research and development department of the company, and that specifically just like a product, any product developments or any process improvements or any corporate social responsibilities initiatives where they inviting the proposals from the researchers. Then NGOs also, the non-governmental organizations also support the research related to social development, community welfares and human rights, education and environmental sustainability like that. They are burning issues where the NGOs also offering the funds and invite the proposal for the research. You have to identify that. Before we applying for any grant, these are some of the points you should have to keep in your mind. Very important, before applying a grant you must to know, you should believe that someone want to give you money because some is providing the funds to you. Okay, this is a very motivational points, encouraging the researchers to have a positive mindset. Okay, and it implies that the agency actively looking to support your good ideas. Okay, so believe in your proposals. That's whenever you prepare the proposals, you always have to show some innovative ideas, and that should be acceptable by your that particular agencies. Then consider the long-term goals of the institution. That means whenever you study on the particular institution's goal, and this is always considerable whenever they approve the fund. This is a priority area. Okay, priority area in the sense that means if you align with your institutional missions and strategic objectives, the proposal that institute support the institutional goal or growth or developments have higher chance of approval. Therefore, they always have to consider this the particular points. Identify yourself and your strengths. That is absolutely essential. First of all, you have to understand your own capabilities, your expertise, and previous research work, and highlight your strength confidently when preparing your proposal, because they're expected in proposal itself. That means what is your research contributions, what is your research experience that is expected. Okay, so there should be any link of your research uh, area or any research experience which is linked to your applying for the particular research uh, proposals. Then create a comprehensive plan, not just like a proposal of what you wish. Okay, not just a proposal. You have to identify. You have to go beyond your writing the basic project idea. Develop a well thought the plan that include the clear objectives, timeline, expected outcomes, your budgets and sustainability strategies. That is always part of your proposal. Okay, so that's things you also always have to consider while preparing the research proposal. Then research prospective funding bodies, and there are some homework you have to do before applying to the any agency or any funding agency or any institute. The first of all, you have to identify the particular organizations has interest in your organizations and programs relevant to your domain or relevant to your subjects. So identifications of the research institution, that is absolutely very important part. You have to search the, for example, that means if you belong to any accountancy or commerce department or any management department, that means you have to see that there are many institutes who providing the funds to the social science. Okay, so you have to identify the institutions and you have to refer the websites and clear the guidelines. How what is the requirement of the particular agency, that is very essential to go for it. Therefore, little homeworks you have to do to find out the particular funding bodies and resources. You always have to keep in mind there are certain questions, few questions that is essential. And the first question, that is what are the current trends? Absolutely essential, because along with your domains, there are that is main theme of the particular the grant. You have to go for its current trends. For example, if I say the domain, my domain is educations. So always what is the current trends is going on? What is the, you can say that what is the AI in education? How the AI is helping education? So you will always have to consider the current trends while going for your the preparing the research proposal. That is absolutely essential, because uh, if you want to inform of the popularity, high priority research area, you have to identify it to attract the funds. What are the current limitations and restrictions? That again, very, very important point, because many of the institutions that is always give the guidelines and the limitations and restriction of the project. That means the guideline is specifically given. And if you're not refer that particular guidelines, then there is a hardly the maximum chance to reject your project. Therefore, you must have to identify the specific rules, what is the eligibility criteria, what is the budget limits, and it's very important to be aware that to avoid the disqualification from the projects. What are the area where awarded the funding recently? This is also very, very important because the grant once is sanctions, okay, once the declaration of results, the research funding agency display the different list of the title approved by the agencies. Okay, so at the same time, you have to refer that particular list and you have to identify okay, these are the area which is already asked for the grant, and these are the area who already sanctions. So it is better you have to choose any other area which is not covered earlier. Okay, that is a better. That is the first things you have to keep in mind because if the same grant, the same proposal, if you apply, then that is stand for the rejection. Therefore, you have to identify, first of all, you have to refer the list, last year's previous, the list of the research project proposals. And on the basis of that, you have to identify your area and your research proposal, you have to prepare accordingly. That means by considering this. What are the decision makers and assessor? That means this point is very confidentiality because no one knows who will be the assessor of your or who will be the decision maker or who will be approval of your research proposal. Now, in this case, but you must keep in mind these are the peoples. Okay, that means who are the eminent social scientists or maybe the dean of the any universities or many reputed recognized professors. They are going to be as evaluators for your research proposal. So accordingly, that means that quality is expected in your research proposals. What review process do they follow? Because review process evaluation criteria as stated, that is I will going to discuss later on when I will explain one detailed proposal formats to you. But especially there is a technical review the committee is there, then the peer review is there, then your budget evaluation, they studied it. Then after seeing the scrutiny committee is there, then you have to prepare the go for the presentations. Then there is if they want, they can conduct the interviews also, and accordingly they allocate the fund or accept your proposal. Whenever you go for any kind of research proposals, so first of all, these are some points you must have to remember. The remembering means that is a motivational and statistical reminder for the researchers who are seeking funding or applying for any grant. First of all, the funding bodies look for a good researchers, of course. They always, funding agency always invest in the people, not just projects. Therefore, your skill, your experience, and credibility matter a lot. And that's why if you go refer any formats, the first part is related to your as a the profile of the researchers. Okay. That is include your academic qualifications and your research experience and your all experience that they also have to consider for the sanctioning any kind of grant. Think of them as a potential investors in you and your ideas. Approach agencies like entrepreneurs approach investors. They are very clear that they're investing in your ideas. Okay, and in the spirit of that, they provide the funds. You must sell your ideas, be enthusiastic about the work, because convince the agencies or funding agency that your project is is valuable, it is relevant and impactful. That means these are all three factors you have to present in your research proposal. And you must have to show that this is a very valuable project that is going to be valuable, that is relevant and impactful. And passions and clarity can make a big difference. Okay, therefore, that is very, very important for this point you should be remembered while preparing your proposal. Why should they give a grant? This questions is again very, very important. Okay, see it from the funders or agency point of view always. We always see that the agency, why they are providing funds to us. Okay, that they're looking for. What outcomes are they looking for? Or what social, economic, or academic impact do they expect from you? Okay, so these are the very, very important as far as their you have to think or funder point of views or any government agency point of view. Remember that you are not begging. Okay, that means, of course, you always keeping confident in mindset that grant writing is a professional collaboration. Okay, you are giving your ideas, your knowledge, you're sharing your experience. Okay, so this point is very, very important. You have ideas, they have money. Of course, it is a mutual relationship or beneficial relationship between you and that funding agency. Your innovative ideas need supports and the agency needs valuable project as a back. This is only the equations. So we always have to see that this is a mutually beneficial relationship between you and your this thing. So proposing the good research proposals, these are the some points you must have to keep in mind. Okay, the specific formats afterwards I will explain it, but this is very, very important. Uh, what is the essential components that make research proposal more effective and competitive? So the first of all is clear research questions and objectives. And of course, I know that because majority of parts in your contact development programs, the capacity building programs, they are already covered because this is based on your advanced research methodology and entire your research process you learn from the last few days. So you might be clear about the all this the research objectives and what is the literature review and methodology. But little bits whenever you prepare the any kind of research proposal, your uh, uh, well-defined research questions or specific objective that you clearly state in your study that is aims to achieve. Okay, that your objective should be achievable. Okay, that is very, very important points. Therefore, it means that there should be a clear research questions and objectives in your research proposal. Literature review adds review of literatures. I mean details. I will explain you that as a part of the research project or research proposals. And this is nothing but a review of existing research that it helps to show the background and the relevance and originality of your study. And it is demonstrated that you understand the current state of knowledge in your field. Okay, at the same time, so you have to very much focus on your research gap, how your existing and your current research is fill the gap that you have to show very clearly. Detailed methodology that is expected, how the research will be conducted. It includes research design, methods of data collections and analysis, and also justification for the choosing the methods. That is the essential part of your proposal. Then at the same time, timeline and resources are very, very important part because the proposed schedules with a phase and milestone, that is a part of your research proposals. You have to show what is a list of the required resources. That means what is the equipments, personal staff, software, and that is to understand the agency understand the feasibility and planning of your research with the help of this. Expected outcomes is again the very, very important. Describe the anticipated results or contribution of your research work. What new knowledge, innovations, or application will your study produce? Okay, that is very, very important. That is expected from your research proposal. So here in this case, the the scrutiny committee or the evaluators are very much focus on this particular area, the expected outcome of this particular project, how this your project is going to help to the society or the nation at the large. A very important thing that is part of your research proposal bibliography and should be include the references and sources cited in the proposal to show the academic grounding and support for your ideas. So in the sense that this is specifically emphasize on the structure and thoughtful presentation of your research proposal. That is strong research proposal to convince the agency of your research project's value and the viability. That is very, very important. So as very important things, how to write these proposals. So I'm going to discuss some of the important points or area, only specific area where you have to focus more. And that is applicability, not only prepare the proposal or even it is for your prepare the research project also. So the first very important part that is called as abstract. Okay. Abstracts is nothing but it is summary of what is called a body of informations. Okay, and it is briefly introduce your aims of the study, methodology, results, and findings. Okay, the questions that an abstract answer, that is first very important thing. We comes to know the answer of this, the questions. We will understand what is the abstract expects. The first one is why did you do this study or project? Means your purpose or objective of study should be clearly stated. Okay. What did you do and how? It means what are the methods, different methods and approaches used in this research. What did you find? That means what is the key results or outcome of your study? And what do you finding means? It means what is the interpretations and significance of the results. So in short, the teaching the importance of the abstract, that's what element must be included to give the readers a concise overview of research projects. That is nothing but your abstracts. Then second one, very important point, that the introduction. That means first impression is last impressions. So you have to write introductions in a such a way And these are all these points should have to cover up in that particular introduction part, that is brief description of your topic. Okay, so research proposal, it should be included. Entire research proposal, it should be starting with from your introduction part, because you have to write introduction in a such a way that should be really attract the funding agencies, and on the basis of ground, to some extent, they see that these are the genuineness of your project is come up through this introduction part. And the first and most important part is that is a short background or context that includes the subject matter of the study and the specific question, the research questions, okay, study seeks to answer, and this helps to focus on research. Then very important part, that is the statement of the importance of the topics, that he explain why the topic is worth researching and interesting to study. It is also highlight the relevance and potentials impact of the research. Next is very important, that is we already explained what is the research objective. There should be very clear statements about your research objectives or aims to achieve. Then methods and scope briefly also explains what are the different methods, what is the idea of your methodology, how the research will be conducted, and scope, that means the boundary and the limitation of the study should be clearly defined in the particular section. And the last one, the overview of rest of the research proposal. A brief outline what will be followed in the rest of the proposals, helping the readers to know what to expect. Okay, that means structuring an effective and comprehensive introduction section in a research proposal. It helps ensure that all the essential elements are included to give a readers a clear understanding of the study's purpose and approach. So therefore, important part of your research proposal, that is the introduction part. Next one is the literature review. I already explained you what is the research literature review is expected. It is really critical part of your any research work, and it involve reviewing of existing research study and publication, theoretical contribution related to your topics, topic being studied. If you go for the questions, what is the present state of knowledge regarding the topic under the considerations? Means these questions is aims to summarize the existing findings and what is the currently known about the topics. What are the study related to one being proposed? This assess how the existing literatures connects to your proposed research work and show how your work fits into the broader academic conversation, that means filling of your research gap. What is the quality of studies reviewed? That means that evaluate the reliability or validity or credibility of the previous study, and are they really well conducted or not? That are there any gaps or weakness are filled or not? That we comes to know with the help of this literature review. Therefore, you are very much have to stick with this all the questions. How will the proposed study contribute to the existing literatures? That means this is address that research originality and value, and what new insights, what new methods or perspectives it will be added to the current body of the knowledge. So literature review is really very, very important part of your research proposals or projects. Methodology, you already talk about the methodology. That means it demonstrates that you are aware of the research methods used to study this topic. It means to understand the different methods that are commonly used in the research related to your topic, qualitative, quantitative, mixed up methods like that. To justify the research methods and approach you have taken to taken on your study. That means that is explain why you choose a particular research method. You have to justify that. What is the different research methods? Whether you conduct the survey method, interview, or experiments, and research approach that is a descriptive, whether it is analytical, and this aims to defend your choice and explain how it suits your research objectives. So this type of methodologies. It is also explain and justify the methods of data collections and analysis. This point is emphasizes the need to clearly describe how you gather your data, that is through questionnaire or observations or secondary data, and how you analyze this data by using the statistical analysis, thematic analysis. Okay, you should also justify why those methods were appropriate for your study. So justifications, again, you have to give. Therefore, the methodology section should not only describe what you did, but also explain and justify your choice, showing the thoughtful and well-informed research design. So these are the very, very important part of research proposal. Okay. So apart from this, some of the very important part is that is the conclusion part. That is also very, very important. That means that explains what should be included in the concluding part. It should be very, very important part. That it means that showing two things. One is the results and discussion should be on the focus of this part means your conclusion should primarily highlight it, what your research found, that is results, and what those finding means, that is your discussion. Okay. To sum up your findings and highlight the significance of the outcome of study is also a major part of this. And you should very clear about your summary of your the main finding of your research. Okay. And emphasis should be given on the findings are important, how they contribute the knowledge, practice, or future research approach. Okay. This is also outline the implication or suggestions indicated by the findings. Okay, you should mention any practical implication or any suggestions or future directions based on what your study discovered. Okay, therefore, this could include change in policies, area that need more research, and how your results can be applied in real world situations. So these are the very important part. In short, yeah, if you say about the conclusion, that is wraps your entire research in summary form, and it summarizes what you found, explain its importance, and offer suggestions or implication that arise from those findings. That is all is part of this, the conclusion part. Bibliography is also very, very important part. That's it is explains, it is really show your honesty and the transparency in your work. Whatever you access, whatever you refers, that is always part of your this academic writing. The researcher should be cited. It needs to be show the entire list of sources that you use to get the information for your reports. And the bibliography should be in a specific formats. There are a number of formats are there because I don't want to go in details that maybe you study in different things, because whenever you put any references or any bibliography, you have to follow the different format. MLA format is there, API format is there, SAM format. That is also very considerable because the evaluators comes to know how you prepare the bibliography. That is very, very important part. And with the help of that, they comes to know how much you know about the preparation of bibliography or research or references. That is absolutely essential. Whenever you submit your research proposal, this is a very, very important part. That means the appendices. Appendices means the supporting annexes, supporting documents. So in this case, you have to refer the guidelines or you have to read the guidelines very carefully. And because in guidelines, you have to refer, these are the important appendices, important annexes you have to attach, important certificates you have to attach, any undertakings, declarations, even the CV of the project directors and co-project director is a requirement. It is required for the particular the proposal. So therefore, you have to read the guidelines very carefully, and accordingly, you have to see that what are the important documents you have to attach with your research proposals. So therefore, appendices is also very important part. And for this, you have to refer the guidelines and you have to read the guidelines, and accordingly, you have to perform. There are many, we can say the agencies. That means if you go for the any Google, or you can go to any universities or any, you just type the funding agencies and all, you will find the the list of the agencies that is available on this. Okay. So there are n number of the research agencies, but they have specific formats. Okay. They always, with the help of the guidelines, they give the formats, and according to that format, you have to prepare the research proposal. If you're not prepared the form as per the format, then you are disqualified from the particular this thing, the flow, and you can the proposal may be rejected from this in the process. So you have very other two guidelines as well as the format of the particular proposal. These formats I compile through the we can say that referring the various agencies proposals, and accordingly that means we can propose these the proposal. And this is a very important the part of research proposal. This is always you find out whenever you go for any particular proposals format. So these are the compulsory area where you have to consider. The first and most important thing, that means you are a broad research discipline. Now, every guidelines, they always have to give the broader themes. For example, if it is belong to economics, education, political science, commerce, management, like that, the n number of the broader themes, the given disciplines they shows, and accordingly, that means you have to show which is your discipline, broad research disciplines, you have to specify it in your research project. That is very, very important. Then at the same time, title of research proposals is very, very important part, because title, we already discussed that you have to refer the previous the result sheets where they granted or sanctioned the research projects. Then you have to list out that you have to see that the particular list, and accordingly you have to find out the your area. Okay, not like that existing law already sanctioned. So on the basis of that, you have to identify your area and prepare the very clear, very concise and descriptive titles that reflects the essence of your research. Therefore, title of research should be very clear, okay, which is aligned with your objectives, your hypothesis, and all this thing. So therefore, the research title should be very clear, and it is really very simple and specified. Most important part of your research proposal, that is the personal information of the directors, project directors, and project co-directors, where they expect your qualifications, your designation, your experience, says your research experiences of project directors and project co-directors, your academic as well as your educational and your research contributions by way of paper publication, presentations, and publications in reputed journals or edited books like that. You have to specifically, they instructed to go for it. Just a moment, student. Just a moment. So, detailed participation of earlier research projects, if any, because if you already applied in any research projects, that again you have to specify that, because they comes to, okay, yes, you have some research background and you already applied for any grants. So in that case also, that means you have to you have to specify your previous research project grant details in that the particular format. Any other important research achievements, any contribution to any copyrights or any IPRs or any books or like that, you have to write any research guidance you're providing, or any contributions to any academic writings, you have to specify in that particular the section. That is the limit size specifically mentioned, but it is a vary from institute to institute, maybe 100 words or maybe 50 words, but that write-up you should have, and because that is a mandatory requirement for your research projects. Then, of course, you are applying for the particular project grant through the institutions. Therefore, they always require the information of your affiliation details of your institute. Whether your institutes come under this category, there are several categories they specifies, whether you come from any state university, or when you come from any government funded institutions, or when you are coming from any affiliated colleges, or many other under the UGC 2F and 12B, or any institute of the national importance like that. That is expected, and if your institution belong to any of these sections, you have to identify that and you have to tick mark that particular sections for going forward, because it show that means you belong to this particular institute. Sorry, just a minute. Okay. Details of project coordinators, that is also required as a part of your proposal, because many of the you can individually you can apply, but if the study for the major or the minor like that, and if you require that means supportive staff, so in this case you can also apply it through the project co-directors also, you can involve in your project research work. So details of project coordinator directors is also required for this proposals. If you go for any proposal with your project coordinator directors, then a project proposal you have to prepare. So specifically, this is another sections in your research proposal, that is a project proposal, where title of the research proposal is essential. We already discussed about this title of the proposal. Again, the abstract is required. We also discussed the abstract, that is summary of your entire proposals. You have to specify in the particular abstract, and which is limited to certain words. Okay. Then introduction of your proposed studies, introduction part is there. Then major research work, that is a literature review, and where they expected from some of the internationals and nationals, the literatures, some reviews, work review, you have to specify not less than 50 to 20 these important works, expected in research proposals. Then you have to identify the research gaps. That is, what is the existing and earlier you have to fill, and how it is correlated to your current the proposed research work. You have to identify through these research gaps. Your objective should be very clear, and you have to specify your achievable objectives in this the particular proposals. At the same time, you have to specify your research questions and the hypothesis also. You have to specify it in this the particular section. And the proposed methodology you are going to apply in your research proposal in research work, that you have to specify it by way of scope of the study. Okay, you have to scope of the study, you have to specify your research design, your sources of data, sampling design, statistical tools and technique, etc. That is expected. You have to specify it in the particular section. That is very, very essential. Okay. Next important part, that is what is called as innovativeness in the proposed research work. Innovativeness in the proposed research work means what is exactly? It means that it is refers to the originality and novelty and the creative approach that the set your research apart from existing works. Okay, so this is identify your originality of your work, novelty of work. Okay, it is show how your research project will be advanced knowledge and how it will be solve problem differently or apply new techniques or perspectives or new ideas or concepts like that. That all innovativeness in the proposed research work you have to identify here, and you have to write down here in this particular sections. Okay, so along with that, you have to mention the what is the innovations and path-breaking aspect of the proposed research work. This is very, very important. When a proposal asks for the innovations and path-breaking aspect of the proposed research work, that means they want you to highlight what make your project distinct, how your project is distinct, how your project is a pioneering and capable of shifting the existing boundaries of the knowledge or practices. That means it means the two most important things which you have to consider in this particular section. That means your innovation. Innovation means what new or unique in your research work. That means what are the new ideas or tools or approaches or perspectives. That is a part of your innovation. And as far the path breaking aspect is concerned, how your research can open a new directions, change how things are done, or significantly advance in the field. So that is expected, and that is a very, very the weightage of these particular sections are very high, because they are at the time of scrutinizing or evaluating the project, this part is very, very important. They will see. Then again, that means the very important part, that is what is the expected outcomes. Expected outcome means from the proposed study, a specific result that your research is likely to be produced by the end of the projects. Okay, that means if you go for the academic outputs, if it is academic output, that means by way of research papers or you are publishing journals or conferences, your entire research work is publishing by way of thesis or dissertations or any reports or any technical documents. This is the expected outcomes as far as your this thing is concerned. Okay, with proposed timeline and place of publications also have to mentions. These are all the proposed work, but you have to specify that how much time is required to publish, or how much times, where is the place or tentative you have to show in the particular area, in case of the expected outcomes. Okay, then if you have the knowledge output means new theories or any your research maybe resulting to framework or any methodologies you are come out from your results, that again you have to specify that, or any policy recommendations result of this your particular if you are preparing any policy documents for the governments, or if you are undertaking any government projects, that policy documents how you going to publish or how you going to submit to the specific or concerns authority, then again you have to specify that. Okay, apart from this, the very important thing, that means a new data to be generated where data deficiency is felt. Okay, that is also very important. This section is typically included in proposal to show how your research will fill existing data gap, or generate the new and valuable data sets that are currently missing or inadequate in your field. Okay, so these are the very, very important. That means it should be explained what data is currently lacking or insufficient, or why this data is important. Okay, this proposed data is going to be important for that. What kind of new data you will generate, okay, and how this new data will contribute to research or practice. So these are the very, very important. Okay, important sections for the particular research proposals. So this you have to answer very carefully whenever you're writing the research proposal, because these last full points are very, very important. On the basis of the ground only, they are accepting your research proposal. Then relevance of the proposed study for the policy making. This is really very critical sections, okay, in any research proposal, especially for the sponsor project. This is very, very important because as the agency often wants to know how your research will inform or influence real world decisions or the policies. Okay, that means how the outcome of your research can contribute to evidence-based policy making or planning or implementations. This is very crucial part. Okay, because how your projects is going to help to the society, how your project will going to help to the nations at a large. Okay, for the community developments, this thing. So therefore, this outline or this is sections. You have to very careful whenever you're writing these particular sections. You have to very you clear your ideas and what is these things. You have to very careful whenever you're writing these particular sections for relevance of proposed study for the policy making. Relevance of the proposed study for society. Yes, that I already explained you. What is a proposed study for the society? How this study is going to help in the society at large? Very important. Very important because many of the things here expected. What is your contributions and how this going for the policy making and how it is going to help to the society at the large? Okay, which is highlighting, this section is highlighting the relevance of your proposed study for the policy making, and it's a crucial in research proposal. Okay, this part is really very crucial as it demonstrates how your research can inform, influence decisions made by the policymakers. Okay, so it is in this case very important things. The practical implementation, yeah, identify the policy gap or needs. Okay, that is very, very important, and therefore this section is very, very important, and you have to very careful about the writing this section. Then, sorry, provide the what is the called as proposed studies is aims to investigate the impact of that is your existing research, and it is really very, very important to find out the what is societal relevance of your proposed study and how it is going to help to your how will we benefit to the society at large. The milestone, this is also very important part of your research proposal. That is a milestone set for each successive quarter of the study. That means it's like a timeline of your research project. Okay. If your project for the 24 months, that is not 2 years, and whenever go for your major process research project, and minor, it may be different. Minor, you have to convert for into the what is called as 1 years or 12 months. But in case of major, that be generally 24 months. And where you can the period wise you have to show the timeline. These are the some I put the table of how will you can put it the first this thing the quarter wise you can specify the nature of work and what details the outlines of your research work, proposed research work you have to show in that particular the timeline. That is very, very important because this is milestone for each quarter is essential for the what is called as your project entire project management, and they ensure that your research stay on the track. And this is really very essential because this timeline show that how much how will you will complete your research work in within the particular period of time. So this the quarter wise planning and initiations, then research plan, then literature review, then data collections, data analysis, development of chapters, discussion and conclusion, preparation of draft copy of the reports, and final reports draft. That is also at the end you have to specify. The budget estimate is that the number of estimates that is of course it depends upon grant to grants, which is provided by the depends upon the agency to agencies. Okay, so that includes different that means the grants or different heads of your allocations. So these are the formats where the different heads of expenditures given where the grant is allocated to you. The first one is what we call as the research staff. The location is there, and there is also requirement for the research staff. That means research associates, research assistant at field investigations, where the project directors and the project coordinator, there is no such a grant is allocated, but you are to conducting the research, and you can take the help of this research staff. Okay, So you can appoint the research associates, you can appoint the research assistant, you can appoint the field investigator to carry out your the different work, data collections and other works. Okay. Then at the same time, field work, they allocate some grants, equipments and study material, they allocate some grants. The contingencies means other sums, the expenses, they allocate the some grant of rupees, for example, stay 1 lakh rupees here I mentioned, but that is depends upon to the particular grants. Okay. In publications of the papers, also they specified they allocate some grant, 5 to 7% on the basis of your totals, the publication grants. Then the affiliation institute, they also allocate some grant, the overheads of some percentage. That is maybe the approximately 7.5% in case of ICSSR, or maybe the another agencies also provided some grants to the particular district. Then justifications is absolutely essential because you have to justify that why this research staff is required and why you need a research staff, that you justification you have to give in particular your research work. That is absolutely essential. Okay. Field work, why the field work is essential, why it is a necessity of field works, and how this the people is going to help you for the collecting this information. Equipments and study material also you have to give the identifications and justifications why you require why different equipments you required and which are the different study material you required for your the proposed research work. That is also part of your form and part of your proposed what is called as formats. So these are the important requirement for your research proposal. Uh, at the same times, along with that, the annexures you have to attach the annexure in the sense that forwarding letter from the head of the institutions, duly stamps and signed by the on the letterheads. Then CV of all researchers, that means the post directors, project directors, and co-project directors with the signatures and consent in writing. Along with that, the brief CVs of the 2 to 3 pages brief CV you have to submit with your project proposal. And in case of if you are belong to any category, that means in this case you have to certified copy of your disability or caste certificates you have to issue to the by the issue by the competent authority you have to attach here. Okay. Then how to apply? This is also very important, these things. How to apply? Because many of the organizations or institutions, they're applying through the online websites. Okay. For example, how you comes to know? Because many of the newspapers, or you can refer the university news, you can refer the newspapers where these are the agencies publish their advertisement for inviting the application for the projects. Okay. There are n number of the agency they are put by way of the newspaper or university news or employment news or through website, their own website, they are publish the advertisement and inviting the proposal for the various grants. Okay. Then some of them you have to apply through online application. Some they require the hard copies of your proposals. They again the requirement. Some agency require both online as well as the hard copies for the submission, and specific dates they are specified for the application along with uh, the adequate documents. Should be how to submit it. Okay. And there are certain some agency they are specified that the ones to the candidate can be submits only one project at one times, or one can submit the minor at one times or major at one times. It's specifically mentioned in the particular guideline. Therefore, the applications of the particular research proposal, you have to refer the newspaper or any university news or their own websites. You have to regularly you have to go for it, and you can find out the recent advertisement and you can apply it. Procedure, especially for the awards, if you go for the any of the agencies like the Social Science Institute or any of the university, UGC or any ICSR, they are always here to see. First, they invite your applications to the your through specific websites or the advertisements, and then scrutiny committee will be there. They scrutinize your proposal by seeing whether that means all your research proposal in all respects is completed, and only entertain the complete research proposal. If your research proposal is incomplete, then of course they disqualified your research proposals and basically reject your from that particular listing. Expert committees the scrutinize or examine or evaluate your eligible applications. And afterwards, they called for the presentation on interactions, because normally in case of the ICSR and UGC, they're inviting the proposals. Afterward, once your proposal is selected for the second round, they invite you personally or through online for the presentation. They call for your presentations, okay, in person or online. And after that, they award a recommendation letters to you. Your the proposal is accepted, or maybe the some institute directly rejects all the applications to one list, and these are the following proposal are accepted. And the next, they call for the further the correspondence. Okay. So after that, that means once you as a project director, once you joins, you have to put the award letters and you have to accept that particular letters, invitation letter from the particular agency. And then you have to give the undertakings. There are many documents and procedures are there. Then again, you have to open the PFMS accounts and other requirement of the particular agencies. And then you are initially you can start your research project. Okay. Monitoring and research programs, that means on the basis of once your project is sanctioned and approved, then immediately that means the quarterly or 6 monthly you have to show the progress reports, and on the basis of that, they sanction the grant to you. So absolutely, these are the very, very important the questions to be answered in the research projects, and these are very, very important. What is study about? How, why is the study being made? Where will be study to be carried out? What type of data is required? Where can be required data found? What period of time will be study includes? Okay, on the basis of your different the categories. What will be the sample design? What techniques of data collection will be used? How will be data is analyzed, and in what style will be report be prepared? That is very, very important and should be added to your the guidelines listing. The plagiarisms is very, very important parts. I would like to specify it at the end of this particular proposal format, because the plagiarism, don't go for it. This is always, it's a really very dangerous part as far as the research is concerned. Be original and don't plagiarize. I would like to say, because if you're not, then again, this is if you go for the UGC guidelines for the breach of the code of conducts, that is a punishment is very this thing, and that will be affected your academic career also. So don't go for the plagiarism, as well as I'm very much against the paraphrasing. That's mainly the people are using with the help of the AI, they're using, and paraphrasings and other things are the part of the plagiarism. So be alert in these particular cases, and as his own contribution, that will definitely help you as a fruitful to you in future also. So don't go for these two, the paraphrasing, plagiarism, and try to put your own contribution, and that will definitely going to help you. I would love to, at a glance, at the end of this particular listings, I want to mention some of the agencies where you can go for the research project. UGC grant commissions, previously they are offering the many grants to individual level, institutional categories, and travel grants or postdoctoral fellowships, and many grants are available. But last few years, these agencies are very limited grants offering by the UGC. And but meantime, that means you always have to use to refer this website of UGC regularly, because n number of grants they given by this institute. Then Savitribai Jyotiba Phule fellowships for single girl child. Also, these are the very this can be, you can apply for each particular grant you can get for this. This is for the only for the single girl child. Okay, who pursuing the PhD, and this specific guidelines given by this particular under this particular schemes, you can go for it. Financial assistance given for the GRF and SRF. Now the funding also changed. Now this amount is also increased to for the those who are doing the PhD and those who are GRF. And even you convert it into the SRF, you will be eligible for the particular grant, subject to a satisfactory progress report and evaluation remark of the committee, which is a constitute for the upgradation of GRF to SRF. Then Dr. Radhakrishnan postdoctoral fellowships is also one of the anointed candidates that has been awarded with the PhD. And these are the guidelines which is given. You can details, you can go for it, and you can refer the guidelines and you can apply for it. You can see it fulfill the guidelines or eligibility criteria. You can go for it. Then financial assistance given, that is 50,000 rupees per month. Contingency is also provided, and the other assistance is also given to the researcher in this particular grant. Dr. D.S. Kothari research grants provided, okay, for the faculty members. Faculty member regularly appointed and working the specific institution executive apply under this grant. Newly appointed teachers, level assistant professor, and this is the guidelines. Again, you have to refer the updated guidelines they published. So revised guidelines you have to refer whenever the advertisement comes. You have to refer the revised guidelines for the same. Financial assistance given, that is for 2 years, and the 10 lakhs, the quantum of support is given under the scheme. The research grant for the in-service faculty members is also provided. Okay, that is up to 50 years given, minimum 10 years service left in the university from the date of submission of applications. Okay, and there is a condition that means he should be successfully supervised the PhD dissertation of filed to 5 full-time candidates and completed at least 2 sponsored research projects. This is a requirement for this particular. Financial assistance given, that is for 2 years, slot 200 on may be decided by the commissions. And the quantum of support, that is for 10 lakhs scheme under the scheme. Fellowship of superannuated faculty members also available, those who are retired, this thing, that also at the age up to age of 67, they are given the grants for under this particular schemes. Those who are applicant must be successfully supported by the PhD from them. And so this is a very, very important part. And financial assistance, 50,000 rupees per month for fellowship, and contingency grant also provided. And tenure is 3 years up to 70 years, you can avail this facility. UGC scheme, special studies, Buddhist studies, Gandhi study, Nehru studies, Ambedkar studies, they are providing the specific grants. You can open centers in your institutions. So there are different the schemes where they can be provided. The minor research projects in humanities and social science also there. Then major research project in humanities and social sciences there. DRS, DSA, CAS, special assistance in humanities and social science that is also given. Even the grant for the publication of books also given by the UGC. UGC scheme for the that is already discussed about the GRF and National Fellowship and emeritus fellowships, etc. Cultural exchange program is there. A scheme for the women hostel daycare centers, and other n number of the facilities, and the research program is available for the individual as well as the institution level. You can go for it. ICSR is one of the very major, you can say that this is an institute which providing the grants for the major research project and minor research project. Also, they are providing the postdoctoral fellowship and many others different subjects. Regular basis in a year, every year they are they're giving the specific grants to different criteria or different heads. Under that, that they offer the okay. Capacity buildings, now this is the examples. The publications also they're providing. They're providing the conducting the research methodology course. They're providing the international collaboration also. They're possible with this particular institute, that is Indian Council of Social Science Research. Fellowship program is providing, research projects they're providing, research programs they're providing. These are the different area, broad disciplines of the study within the domain of the social science, economics, development and management, and a number of the schemes are available. That means in social science, there are about 26 the area they are giving, including the media studies, social history, language study, etc., etc. So any from your any fields you can apply for this particular projects and proposal you can apply it, and you can avail the grants from this institute. Research projects, now there is also, that means n number of not only the minor research project or major research project. If you go on visit to the ICSR website, you will find out that there are n number of the grants are available. That means grant related to innovative ideas, related to certain specific the subject is given to you. Your any schemes related to tribal developments, any scheme related to community development, social developments, economic developments. The particular area they specified and they invite the proposals. Okay, only the eligible teachers and institute can be applied for this particular proposal under this grant. And you can apply through the website or advertisement, because you have to refer the ICSR website regularly to avail this particular grant, and you can apply for it. Okay. Other research programs is also there, because there are a number of research grants offered by the ICSR, a special call for the short-term empirical research. This is a regular grant, okay? This is not only for that means once in a year, but regularly they offer in the grants, because last years, if you see, there are about 5 to 6 grants they allocated, including major and minor research projects. So these are the very, very important the area. And special call for the studies for the cultural history and geography of the scheduled tribes of India, where also they are offering 5 to 15 lakhs the major research project, and the minor research project up to 5 lakhs they are offering. Okay. Then international collaborations also, the participation in international seminar abroad, they can provide in the grant. Again, the data collection abroad, they also giving the grants. Seminar, conference, workshop in India, they also cover in the grant. But all this grant cannot be possible without a good research proposal. You have to prepare the good research proposal only. Then only the grant will be released, otherwise not. Training and capacity buildings, RMC and all capacity building program, just like this. Then research service and publications, where publication grant is also offered by the ICSR. That be 50,000 naira above. The grant will be increased now. Granted aid for supporting the professional association, organization of social scientists for the development. This is also one very important where the grants offer in lots. Okay. And the granted aid not exceeding 8 lakhs rupees per annum. Granted aid for the professional association, organization, social scientists, including the university, college, and research institute. Okay, for publication running of their research journals, the members, and etc., etc., etc. Up to 5 lakh rupees they are providing. Then, as per the University of Mumbai is concerned, of course, the institute is also providing the university also providing the grants, specifically in the minor research grants. Okay, through the regional offices of the ICSR and state and central universities also opening the grants, the research grants to researcher, individual researcher. Then UNICEF, the United States India Educational Foundation's Fellowship for the Indian Citizens, Fulbright Nehru Master Fellowships also there, because this is also fellowship is provided the individual teachers. Okay, and you have to refer the guidelines. This is for up to the 2 years of the master degree in various field of US institutions. And the fields include economics, environmental science studies, international affairs, journalism, public health, and more. Details guidelines, it is available on website. You can refer it and you can apply it for the particular fellowship grant. For a Fulbright Nehru Doctoral Fellowship grant, this is also the fellowship grant is for Indian scholar pursuing the PhD in India. Okay, 6 to 9 months they can conduct the particular grant is available for that, and you can go for it. Okay, there are a number of different the areas. Okay, the area fields they are specifically mentioned in the particular guidelines: agriculture science, anthropology, bioengineering, etc., etc., etc. Okay, that is given for the independent researchers. Fulbright Academic and Professional Excellence Fellowship is also available. You can refer the guidelines, and that is available for the 4 to 9 months. Okay, for the Professional Excellence Fellowship. These are different area they mention is you can get the monthly stipend, health coverage, and airfare also, and professional allowances also. Fulbright postdoctoral research fellowship is also available for the Indian faculty and researchers in early career stages. This is available. Fulbright International Education Administrative Seminars is also available for Indian colleges and university administrators. That is for 2 weeks in October and November 2024. Now in 2025 may be applied. Fulbright Nehru Visiting Chair programs. These are the different visiting where they can avail the grant. Okay, and the grant lasts up to 4 months with the $40,000 unit cost years equally to the UCF and the US Post University. Fulbright Kalam Climate Fellowship for Doctoral Research Fellowship. This is also one of the very important the fellowship, especially for the science streams. I think that because aims to boost the capacity for tackling the climate change in India and the US. Okay, general target for the Indian PhD scholar. Fulbright Kalam Climate Fellowship for the postdoctoral fellowship. Every career Indian faculty and researcher they're offering the grants to conduct the research. Indian Council of Agriculture Research (ICA) are also one of the body who offering the various grants for in the field of agriculture, animal husbandry, and fisheries. These are the grants. Then again, the Indian Council of Medical Research is also. These are the agencies they're offering the grants to the researchers to conduct the research fellowships, associateship, research related activities for conducting the offering. There are n number of their agencies. Because of time constraint, I'm not able to show you, but there are n number of the agency who are providing the funds to researchers or individual researchers or institutional. But very important things, that means how you prepare the research proposal. That is very, very important. You always have to take into consideration the different points, the guidelines of the particular agencies. You must do either all the guidelines and what is the requirement of the proposal, research proposal, that you always have to see whenever you go for any further research the projects. Okay. So therefore, in conclusion parts, that we prepare a good research proposals and apply it, and I will the ample of research grant is available in a society, or by the provided by the various research agencies too. Thank you one and all. Thanks a lot, and waiting for you on any query or any questions from your participants. Thank you for your patience listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Rasa. Actually, it was wonderfully presented and properly because many times it's a asymmetric information that's why the scholars or academicians are able to go for sponsored MRPs. So it was really indeed a wonderful session, very simple, and I think many questions were answered by you only. Then too, if students have any questions, they can kindly ask, please. If any kind of questions you do have, please ask, sir. Yeah, the feedback itself is showing that they are like they have got information about it. And then I'd like to propose a formal vote of thanks. Thank you very much, Dr. Professor Raj Ankush Huste, sir, for a delivery lecture on layout of MRPs, which are to be accepted, by the funding agencies. And sir said at one place very important thing. I could immediately connect with that. Every funding depends on your MRP, your researches, your new insights, your new dimensions, and ultimately even the layout of the MRPs. What proposal you are giving for the research for your PhDs are different. But the proposals given to the funding agencies have their own format, which you have to find very meticulously. And that's why what he has guided on this. So I thank on behalf of our institution, our principal, and all of us, and all the participants who have been really good participants throughout. Every day I see that there are more than 9,500, but due to Rosa at this time, some of them have to leave because they have their iftari. So thank you very much for the patience and joining, and thank you, Raj sir.
Thank you,
And I'm
thank you,
very
sir.
thankful to you every time we.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to
really
your
connect
entire
you
organizing
the
team.
session.
Thanks to you. Thanks to principal sir also.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
you always join us, and that's what we really feel actually delighted.
Thank you.
Acha,
Thank
one
you, sir.
question is they asked. Acha, one question is here, Raj sir. What is the
Yeah, yes,
age
sir.
limit of faculty member for applying in a research project? I think it depends on the agency's.
Yeah. Depends upon agencies because they specified the particular listing, and depends upon the schemes. Okay. So even the person who going for the research, even the after your retirement also there are some schemes available. So till the age of 70 and till the age of 67, we saw that because many of the research agencies they give in the age bar to 70 also. Okay. So don't worry about the age because you are, I think that you
Yeah,
are
in
coming in the
ICSR, Acha, we can find in ICSR also, Raj sir.
yes,
For
yes.
young scholars below 35, and they even have for the
Yeah.
senior researchers, senior
Yes, yes.
faculties. Yeah, so it depends on the
Depends upon the
institution.
schemes and
Institutions, but most of the time, what I think is that okay, below 35, there are more schemes.
yes. For young researcher, 35 years is specified, but other schemes, their majority schemes, they're not age
Hello.
bar is not, but you can avail these particular facilities till the age of your retirements.
So thank you very much, sir, and see you again. All the
Thank you.
participants, I have requested you fill the feedback form without fail. Tomorrow we again have 2 sessions, so join on time. But till then, goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Bye.